very different to Scuba on the team now.
Charity as a defense. Don't tell me.
Visually look very different for the places.
It's right below it.
Probably not.
Viper ult, paranoia. Something's playing up.
You can see how quickly Energy got all the way back. Rock.
Does pick up the trade back in their early portion, and that's indeed what they're going to do. They're going to throw out some Viper. Util over towards A, keep the Viper there, and really just get some attention all throughout the map early on Avril.
Just the no 2 spectators as well. Obviously, no barracks HUD here. We're back to old school.
Yeah,
it's
baby.
Like 2020, 2021 again.
It's what we're used to, Avril.
I don't know how to fucking put it.
You know, if you're from back there like I am, that certainly will be. I suppose look for a little bit of action early on.
We'll leave it there for now. Bottom left? Oh, yeah,
and
true.
It works out for Osbos. Som does pick up the trade back, but nobody's going to be in mid for that trade for Osbos. However, A, yeah, look at that information being gathered. There goes drone coming out, picking up Scuba. So the defaults that MIBR expected is
well, the quality's looking good on the stream, I'm not going to lie.
Changes coming out right now from MIBR on this defensive side. They're going to keep their positions.
It's a bit small, but it's okay. How can I make it bigger?
Ethan around the corner too, about 30 HP. He's gonna run right into Shannon. Shannon has a whole lot more.
Thank you, Hart, for the 5 gifted, but don't donate to me. Donate to the charity.
2 more players here on site, and that's just gonna be the round. Osbus with the cleanup. MIBR, and they sweep up at the very end. It's not like Energy had the right idea, but MIBR has 3 players on the A side.
All right, same thing this time.
Well read. Early action in mid as well with Osbus. He didn't even see Mata actually. Mata managed to get past him quite sneakily, but still got that kill quite fast. Then, as you mentioned, players just waiting for Energy to walk in over towards the A side.
And you can see earlier on too,
Is loud as
Energy.
fuck or what? Like, casters are loud, but the game is
Keeping
low.
this attention over towards A early on, consistent. That's what
Oh,
you
I see what you're
have to do
saying.
against
Yeah,
these
it's a good
top
idea.
teams. But breach in the back of A, not going to be able to do much. This is going to be half decent info potentially, but let's just see what happens here potentially with ArchZing. ArchZing is gone, and the classics actually work out here for NRG. Som is looking for a whole lot more. Mata has a stinger. This could be a bit of a mop-up here. Verno around the corner. Needs a headshot. The dog's going to drive.
Is that reasonable?
Away. Nobody's going to get spotted there, or at least spotted for their kill by Mata. Still NRG full control of this A site. Nobody from MIBR has been able to
I'll talk about the charity after the map.
At this point, they know this thing is up as well, so just completely running over Arden with no way out. Paranoia pushing MIBR back a little bit as well.
Someone said, what are we saving money for?
Finally, it's going to be Brock.
It's not saving, it's raising.
But Shenham, he is able to get yet another one. But look at the mosh pit for NRG.
Wait,
it's
is
just
NRG?
layers on layers.
NRG Thrifty. Wait, Aspas, my duo. Aspas, my duo.
It's all
Ooh,
Scuba with the double kill at the end too. NRG picking up that second round's in immediate response.
Yeah, just sped up entirely, came in through with stingers, overran the solo breach on site for Ardzin, locking out Verno as well. You can see how quickly Energy got all the way back over towards defender spawn. Paranoid to push back MIBR. Cortazine, the one player to try and make some moves to get back on site. TP in.
He still has
holy fuck!
Kill, but Scuba.
The one player to try and make some moves to get back on site. TP in. Back over. Overran.
Double kill at the end.
NRG Thrifty. Wait, Aspas, my duo. Aspas, my duo. Ooh,
Scuba with the double kill at the end too. NRG picking up that second round's in immediate response.
Yeah, just sped up entirely, came in through with stingers, overran the solo breach on site for Ardzin, locking out Verno as well. You can see how quickly Energy got all the way back over towards defender spawn. Paranoid to push back MIBR. Cortazine, the one player to try and make some moves to get back on site. TP in.
still has
Holy
chances.
fuck!
The kill, but Scuba.
The one player to try and make
Refresh.
some moves to get back on site. TP in.
He still has
Holy
chances.
fuck!
The kill, but Scuba. Fully
What is
stunned.
this?
All the SMG bullets connecting to the foreheads, and Scuba's going for an ace. 4 kills for Scuba. Scuba now has his ultimate. We're only 3 rounds into the game. That's a huge ulti to get. Shenum still technically an opportunity. 1v3. There's a player incredibly lit in front of him. That's going to be Scuba. Body shot to him should do it. And there you go. He got it. Looking for another headshot, but does not happen. And that's more than enough
That
damage
$3
coming from
donut.
MIBR that round to the economy.
Control the space.
It might be at least.
What that
Yep, like you
says,
said, a little
or
bit of
what
damage
that's-
done there.
I see the free
Denial of
Palestine,
ace,
but
Scuba's gonna
guys,
have
can you guys
ultimate
donate
regardless
with
of
regular
Viper's
names?
Pit.
What is this?
Coming into
Do I
round
have to
number
add a
4
filter
now.
to this shit?
And what a debut in terms of at least an on-stream
Put on a
debut for
filter on
Scuba
that?
for NRG. We got a little bit of a look at him via, you know, maybe some other players' POVs, but more specifically,
Thank you everyone who's
the
done it so
scoreboards
far.
that we see
All right.
for Scuba and Energy, but now actually on stream for the first time. First couple of rounds, already gone for an ace.
Not ready yet. Good.
Massive punish over towards B main as well. Finally, guns on life, MIB.
Well, this is the second part. I don't know what it
to turn
says.
this around a little bit.
I don't know if it's something fucked up, the pop part. But anyway, moving on. Let's
Might be
focus
a
on
bit
the
of a
game.
gift.
My first round I'm
Towards the
watching.
front side too, but no, they are going to have a bit of utility to try to clear Shenum. It's going to
Why am I on like a...
himself in a one-on-one here clean, but my goodness, Mata, heads up play from Mata, misses out on the first burst, goes
I have
for the
no
kill on top
UI,
of Zing,
right?
gets him,
We
but
have no
Shenum still
UI.
has time for the frag. Nobody else from the mid side is going to find Shenum. And as that happens, MIBR, they start to close in a little bit on this mid side. If there's ever a time for NRG to act, it's pretty much right now.
The timing on the smoke coming down from quarters here, as they don't have a lot of presence on B.
It's a B pop with the
Actually, kind
4v4.
of sniffing that out right now.
Okay.
It's not even looking the right direction. It's MIBR very heavily looking over towards mid, and by the time the util comes through, Prodigy are not in position to react at all. Viper's been
Viper
down for
ult,
free plant.
Paranoia.
Cortezia with a
Sam's
small
playing up.
TP into the smoke.
Sam's making a play.
Yep.
So at least they have an entry here, but
30 seconds
MIBR, they have to take their time here.
Cover going out.
See what they
Some?
got left for the retake.
Some?
Flooding their way
think-
into this Viper's pit, but Zem down first.
Still a lot more to go. MIBR still
This
stuck.
looks impossible. I'm gonna
Dropping
be honest.
down from heaven.
That's a nice smoke by Sam. He
Cortezia
connected
hasn't been able to
the
get that
Viper
drop
ult with
in.
the wall.
Wasn't
kinda
with
nice.
the TP either, but this is just smart here from NRG. They have the V formation, the victory formation ultimate. And MIBR, this is a very important buy round for them. They can still recollect some of their credits, be able to
Scuba!
scrap together
What's
another
up,
bigger
Rob?
buy going into the next round, be able to dodge the Viper's pit a little bit. So not exactly a lost cause here for MIBR, but yeah, NRG, like I was saying before, with the timing, you know, they had a little bit of a battle over towards mid, and that's really all they needed for clear B.
I'm looking a little small today.
Without our Zem there as well.
Yeah, I
Very
kind of
difficult for
am.
the
I'm not gonna
retake.
lie. I
Hard
haven't
to
been eating
really
that
find
much
the
lately.
Viper's
I'm
pit.
a little skinny
Gambled
boy.
pretty hard on the MIBR side to basically stack in mid. Minimal presence on B, well read out, well sniffed by the NRG squad, and free plant with the Viper's pit is just a little bit too hard.
Guys, we're doing a
Fastpass
charity
keeping
stream right now as part of
Operator
Watch
online
Partying
is a
EWC.
pretty massive deal.
I'm gonna talk about the charity
player
after
that's,
the map,
The previous outing on
but
this
for
map
now, let's just enjoy some good Valorant
in NA
because we're
playoffs was definitely top fragging.
kind of in for it.
Jet on board is
Both teams in good form.
definitely his specialty. Let's see what he does. Post it up over towards the B side. No action though. NRG avoiding.
Yeah, no, we love the highlight plays. You know, we love the clips here, folks. But no, Aspas is not going to get his opportunity early on. But that's what we can kind of focus on really for the rest of this half, really for MIBR. Hopefully the supports can come in fast, but NRG, whenever they've chosen their spots or whenever they've chosen their sites, they've been able to get onto site with really no difficulty.
What
And
happened
this
here?
time into heaven, it is a trade battle. Sam does go down, but Aspas
Aspas is
is
here.
going to be the only
My
representative
duo.
here on B. Is he going to get a chance versus Brock? Yes,
Oh,
he
what a
will, but he
jiggle.
misses out on the shot. He
What a
doesn't go for the
satchel.
dash. Instead,
What?
behind the
What?
opponent, but he gets satcheled by Mata. Mata ping-pongs him into the headshot.
You can see that MIBR, they were still not convinced it was going to be a B finish for NRG. Aspas solo on B, and it's Art Zine and Verno staying
No.
holding strong
Wait,
on
did I
A, 'cause
curse
it could
Aspas
still be
chat?
A bit of a fake out running into B heaven, but they can go back through vents.
Did I
sneak their
curse
way
him?
into A. Map is very open. MIB are not willing to.
The dual curse
really
lives on
connect
to see another
themselves
day.
to be to help out Aspas, and Aspas missing that crucial first
They're
shot.
going for
If he
this?
gets
Why?
At least
It's
garage, if he gets
2v4.
at least B main clear, I think it's possible.
By the way, this
He can
is
sort of lean in that
pre-Teho
direction, let's
nerf.
move away from heaven, but
Just so everyone knows,
yeah,
they're
this is not gonna
playing
be a one round for
pre-Teho
MIBR.
nerf.
In fact, if they can get a couple exits, it'll be nice. Can they get past Scuba?
Rob mentioned it on stream the other day, but it sucks mostly for MIBR because they're forced to use Teho during this event, but then they're going to be going to Toronto, which means they're going to have to also practice post-Teho nerf in preparation for the event. So,
That's dangerous. I mean, Cortezia is going to come in with a rifle here.
yeah.
Very interesting to see what everyone else does.
They aren't forced to. I mean, if you're not
Tactical
using
time now. I did see that
Teho
Aspas
while Teho is
is
buffed, I
on
feel like you're
board for
trolling.
Blade Storm, so it's going to be one less weapon they need to worry about. And
They don't have to use Teho. I feel like you do. I feel like if you're not, you're trolling. Personally, it's too good. His kid is too
A
good.
disappointing one.
I know there's teams that don't use it in EU and APAC, but from what I've seen from G2,
if Aspas manages
like,
that find
the
that
power
one
of Teho
shot
is too
in B
strong.
main,
I feel like the
slowing
teams that
things
don't
down. I
use
think just
Teho during
even slowing
Teho
things down a
was
little
that they couldn't figure it
giving the
out.
opportunity for Verno and Artizing to make their way across, and they would have to also do that, which is something they didn't quite do until Aspas falls. They know it's definitely a 100% on B.
Yeah.
A little bit of slow move.
Can you
from
explain how
MIB.
EG
They just
qualified?
weren't sure.
I
They
think
didn't have the confidence
EG
to really
and
lock in
100
for
Thieves.
what was going to be the B finish, and like
Sorry,
two
not
B
EG
finishes in a
100
row that
Thieves.
they just weren't prepared for.
EG and
But
MIBR
if we talk about
are
you know,
in this
pure,
second stage
you know, pure
because they got
ability,
number
pure
3 and number 4
possibility, I
seed
mean,
during
that was just
the
one-on-ones. You know,
split
it was
stage
one-on-ones
1.
there for Aspas.
I explained that very
Was it
poorly,
possible?
but if they got number 3 and number 4
You know,
seed,
it's not like
basically, they
MIBR
finished 3rd and 4th
didn't
in
at least have
playoffs,
the right
so they got an
person and the right
instant spot
opportunity.
into the second round of
But,
qualifiers.
hey, NRG again continuing to pick and choose their sites regardless of where they go in the early rounds. Whenever they finally choose a site to end up on, so far in this first half on their attacking half, it's been basically perfect. They have not been stopped in their tracks by MIBR. Viper's Pit might help MIBR with their stopping power, but it's over in mid. NRG has been annoying over towards the mid side. Let's not get that twisted. They've had plenty of trade opportunities in the mid side, but
I don't know what the buy is,
it's not
but
like it's necessary
dialed
here.
in enough.
But MIBR, this does
Oh,
allow
risky
them to
Aspas.
spread themselves out a little.
I like the
bit
jump,
throughout
though.
The map. 3 players over on that A site. That's info for Aspas, and that's going to take forever here.
No,
for
his
NRG
one knife
to
left.
Try to throw out or throw off that information.
I mean, NRG are looking good, bro. I haven't followed the game, but they're looking good, no?
You also see Xenom just.
Bork donated $30. Thank you, guys. Bork, thank you. Get Tarek a girl. Thanks for the 5.
Oh my god, Storm.
No way.
Wait, he spammed him.
Smoke?
He spammed him.
That's insane. That's it.
How did he get that shot? That's crazy. Now mid is completely open.
There's 3 clear
Rosa.
here on B though on this side here for
Would it
MIBR.
be any
It's
other
not
way?
impossible, and that's a big kill for
Verno.
Cortezia. Verno picking up 1. There's still 2 players.
Wait, I just
here on
realized
this B
Verno
side.
versus ex-teammates again.
Alongside Aspas on the jet.
Aspas got
Aspas
one.
able to get
Wait,
one, but
they got both?
Cortezia is gone. Unreal. Scuba finds the one-on-one on Cortezia. This makes the round possible here for NRG.
This makes
It's
me want to play
all
again,
on
but nah, that's crazy
Artzine.
talk.
Artzine trying to
Fucking
find
45
a
years
pixel
old,
here,
talking
trying to
about
find
playing
his
again.
first contact. Mata, he's been perfect.
Imagine
in
I
these
went pro
angles so far
again.
this game,
When
but
I
he's not
turn
gonna be able
30,
to
I go
find
pro
that
again.
headshot. Stays
I'm
safe
like,
back
I
into
need to
sight.
prove it.
Artzin resets himself for this 1-on-2. He has double flashes and still has lethal utility.
I would get farmed? Nah, I don't think I would. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think I got it still.
Last player.
Now stacked together.
What? He broke it. Zombs?
No way. A
Zombs?
totem stack, and he lives on 5 HP, and I believe he also swung that without using
Zombs?
util. Just completely dry into a double high-low, and he gets it. That
See, one of my
is
very
ridiculous.
loyal
I mean,
viewers in the
that's
chat.
one way
You
to come back.
unironically could
That
hang,
was
but we need a
looking like
mental
pretty
coach
dire
ASAP.
situation.
You guys are my mental coach.
Losing your Viper's Pit in
Anonymous, thank you for the
mid
$100
for-
bucks.
I don't even know how
By
that
the way.
happened again. Amazing shots coming
Whoever
from
you are.
Som.
Appreciate everyone who's donated so far.
Was nowhere near Zenom, but
Yeah, donated 100.
ending
Thank you.
that
Thank you.
was lightning quick. I don't even know if I believe that Arsene could achieve that, and yet he does without util.
And it's just unbelievable.
NRG's
No matter
IGL?
how you look
Ethan.
at it, the ability of the 2 players on the other side of his screen, even
We're paying you
just
to be your
using
mental coach?
utility,
Yes.
incredible stuff. Archie stands on top in that last round.
What are we
keeping
raising money for?
MIBR
It's
in
called
this half.
Save the Children.
And,
I'm going to talk
this is
about it
still, again,
after this
another big
map.
opportunity here for MIBR to just keep themselves here in this half. Shenum over towards that mid side. They have a bit of a shock right next to him with Aspas. Once the smoke goes down, NRG, they might be in a tricky position. And not only that, the toxic screen going up to, or excuse me, the orb going up on the middle side. It gives MIBR control of the pace.
Don't mix it up with Save the Kids.
And mid as well has been
Not
where
the
NIG
face
found a lot of success. Multiple rounds.
Oh, that's huge.
Managed to make their way through. And once again, Aspas down. Zenom knows what's up. He's died here before. Dog's going to scout him out. That's going to cost him potentially. Barely makes it out.
He's fine for now. Verno has a follow-up opportunity. Here comes
Verno!
No timing.
Oh, NRG might just be back. I'm not gonna lie, they might just be back. They're moving
Just
different,
an
bro.
extra second. If he was just down there,
Couldn't tell you why.
to see the feet come down.
Or
I think
how,
he at
but
least
they
trades
are.
1-for-1, but going up ropes at the same time as the other two are coming down. Awful timing for him. And this might not even be a
Crossfire?
big finish because if you look over
No, they're
towards
going back to A
heaven,
as well. Look at
30 seconds
this.
left.
there it is. Scuba
Look at this.
with the deep lurk now activated for the rest of the team. Ardsy
Look at this. Save.
Down.
Oh, it's just a rolling thunder, isn't it? It's just the opportunity there for Artzine. Maybe he gets himself a kill or two. Maybe he's able to hold on to A main, wait for his teammates to come in. But no, sir. No, sir. NRG stays clean. And this time it was, it is the
again.
one round. Yes, it is a save, but it's the one round where MIBR, you know, yes, they have coverage of that mid side, but it's not the same Viper spit. It's not a complete lockdown. And NRG, once again, they focus on that control of that mid side, and they're basically able to go wherever they want from there.
It's mid has been the weakness
What
for
happens?
MIBR so far, and because NRG have good money, they're going to go hunting. A reason not to take these guns away. And of course, we saw a similar situation where
It's kind of sad how good they are without FNS. They could have replaced anybody. They would have been this good. They just needed a change.
Does do so.
I'm gonna say it. Fuck it.
Like two
Like
himself.
donos?
against
Where?
Oliver. Of course,
Yeah,
he goes
Tarek a
down
girl
here.
for $5
With no
bucks.
guns
Already
on
saw
line.
that. Icy with 30 bucks.
Looks like he will
Thank
be
you.
able to just
Are those the
walk
same
away,
ones or new
single
ones?
rifle
I'm
in hand.
confused.
That'll be all. Oh, would be all they have, but
Yeah.
certainly the one thing they got away with.
Yeah, no, MIBR, it would be
Icy was new.
a
Icy.
huge
Thank you, Icy, for
stretch
30
to buy
bucks.
really anything going
Icy, I
into this
appreciate you,
round,
bro.
but it's exactly
Peanut,
what they're
thank you
doing.
for the 50 bucks.
The one
Thank
rifle
you
isn't
guys.
exactly a
I
stretch. That's what
appreciate
they
you
saved up
guys.
from their last round.
Even
SMGs
like
going in, so
obviously
that's
50
fine.
bucks is
That's
insane,
fine.
but
Maybe
everyone
we could keep
donating
things
five.
about
If we all
1.5
donated
2K
$5,
credits.
we would be there.
But NRG, they're
So
setting up
you don't
for
have
the
to donate
most
like a crazy
aggressive
amount of
setup
money.
yet.
Even
All
just
five
one
over
small
towards the A
donation,
side, and
it'll
it's
all
just
add up
going to be
together.
Tejo on the A
All right, here we
side.
go towards
It is
A.
just going to be one, trying to hold it all down. Verno does have a rotation
So
coming
safe.
in from the Viper. And, I mean, NRG, they basically already have sight, don't they?
I mean, they're basically playing for retake now in MIBR. Verno already backed out. He played so safe. Backing into ropes. Site's completely clean. And actually, you're probably maybe even a little surprised at how clean it is. And you would expect
you,
that
Matt.
maybe, but MIBR being as low of a buy as they are, they would like to have played the round maybe slightly more aggressive. They can retake with the Rolling Thunder that has been banked in by Ardzine.
And this is just a little awkward setup here for MIBR. All five over towards Garage. Are they going to be going for this fight? Yes, they are. They're just going on. There goes the
MIBR not looking good. MIBR
MIBR
not looking good since Aspas duel with Tarek. MIBR not looking good since Aspas duel with Tarek.
Third kill for him. This is fun here from Shenum.
It's impossible to win, I'm not gonna
25
lie.
Can he maybe hold a player or two here on site? He's waiting for
think he has
Scuba. He's
time.
waiting for somebody to peek. And it's kind of working out here for Shenum as he gets yet another kill. That's huge. MIBR, that was a half buy for them, and they just eliminated
Didn't Tens duel with
everyone on
Aspas as well?
NRG.
Yeah, we took them
4
down as a
rounds
team.
of Valorant still for this half.
Can I be your girl? Thanks for the
I mean, NRG,
$5.
okay, they can afford to lose everybody, so not the worst.
Anonymous
in terms of economic
3,
damage.
Aboba
It is
5,
at least
thank you
a little
guys.
bit, but you could just see the money is so healthy.
Right.
The fact that Zenom could actually do that was
Scuba.
very impressive, particularly on low HP, on his Stinger as well. Didn't have a gun upgrade. A player that I brought up in the pre-show as well as one that I was personally looking out for and kind of delivering here, but unfortunately for the rest of the team, it's been a hard one.
6-2,
Aspas
Scuba's
in
12 and
particular,
3.
He's had a couple of difficult moments, still at least keeping up on the
I will
scoreboard,
elaborate
but,
on the
more than a couple
charity
times I've just
after
been caught
the
out
map.
in the early round. First death, you can see on that last retake there as well. Dashed in, got a glimpse of Mata, but just couldn't convert.
Oh, Scuba's getting assaulted right now. There goes the salvos. And he's cool for now. But now NRG, it's basically the same setup for them as the other rounds. Yeah, they might have some sort of attention over towards B main, but all of the pressure is on mid. Som right now trying to pick away at Shenum or potential Aspas over towards top mid. But now that info is still being denied. You still have the Viper utility
back.
in the mid side. But MIBR, where is this call coming from? This is definitely passionate.
They are gambling here, I think, a little bit. I don't think they have the real information for this at all.
NRG making this map look hella attack
As
side in,
you see a
no?
little bit of scouting being done from the NRG side.
I feel like on this map to be good on defense, you have to be so proactive.
And now MIBR losing faith in their gamble ever so slightly. At least Artazine was considering moving back over towards A. Verno's gonna
No
play
contract, Chills. No
safe
contract,
over
bro.
towards screens. And
Just
the
vibes.
gamble, Gus, might pay off because NRG, with 30 seconds
30
left to go,
seconds left.
are gonna have to NB, and that's exactly where MIBR want it to be.
Yeah, Breach is here with the Rolling Thunder. Cortez Zia is going to stay on site, but this is
Wow.
huge. Mata shows
What a
up on the
flick.
one, but that's huge for Shenum.
nice.
Shenum able to get one. Aspas with yet another frag with everybody chiming in for that.
They're going A. Look at
Everyone
Ethan.
getting stuck in that B main. However,
seconds left.
Som does have his TP, is able to get there. Ethan, that jump spot,
Som.
it did catch him, but this is good enough for NRG. 3v4, still
Oh, they're coming
possible.
fast.
What can Ethan do here? He has to cut down 1 or 2 pegs to really make this possible
Oh,
for NRG. But it's not
Samuel.
happening. It's all going to come down to Som. Picks
The
up
Som!
one. Where's the
Oh.
second? No second for him. Aspas takes him down, but there's that
Somathon?
Rolling Thunder. It sweeps through
Wait,
a
that
couple
smoke
of the
is buying a lot of
players from
time.
MIBR. NRG.
They expect 2 hell?
There is no way. That was a team Rolling Thunder. That stunned their own teammates. Brock
player
around the corner.
standing.
Not going to be able to take down Shenum. Ethan. Does he have
Oh
it?
my God.
Yes, he does. Gets both in his line of sight. Aspas down super low. Ethan
Fucking
just needs a
Ethan's
body
jiggles,
shot.
he won.
But what a shot
Oh
from
my
Aspas.
God.
But Aspas, no time
Oh
and no round
my
for MIBR.
God.
Heartbreaking end to the round there. Result just couldn't have
Ethan
any
Arnold
info
with
on
the
where Pharaoh Rivers, I think, there were
1v3
two big ultimates there.
to put the
Rolling
nail in
Thunder,
the
like you said,
coffin.
didn't really get the value that MIBR were looking for.
His own teammates.
Oh my
Good news is Zem actually
goodness.
got a kill while stunned, which is, I'll say it, it was impressive, but the final
That's my
player
IGL?
that they just didn't
That's
know
my
where they were
IGL.
standing was
That was a
Ethan,
perfect
tucked
lineup,
away in
man.
hell, getting the double, wasting a bunch of time in the end there in the final duel versus Aspas, and despite Aspas finally winning it, just didn't have time because Ethan. all
Finesse
he needed
retirement
to do
fund,
was buy
$5.
time.
Thank you.
Solid with the
Jazza,
call as
10.
well to do the
Pandas,
TPO all the
25,
way
thank
over
you.
towards A. Considering that, okay, we've already exec on B, probably pulled all the members over there, not gonna be able to stop me.
Nah, it might be our
We are
loss.
now
I'm not gonna
desperate to
lie.
make anything
Who picked this
happen
map?
on this round number 10. They're running out of time and space in this first half to really get much done on split. 7-2 for NRG is such
Fuck your
a good
ads.
start.
Thanks for the
This
resub,
is
bro.
crazy.
I mean, truly, MIBR, they've been such a good team on the defensive side, too. The only team to really take them this deep on defense was G2. And it's G2. One of the best of the best. NRG.
We're already
definitely
at
showing some
700
different
bucks.
colors
Holy
here
fuck.
coming into EWC, but
It's actually insane.
this is still a
I've got
big
your
answer
trail.
here for MIBR coming up. Artzine,
planted.
he does have a little bit of info right in front of him with a drone, trying to catch Brock, but Brock, oh, Brock is gonna get caught by Aspas. No.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, he's fine. So
Wait, they
Aspas,
have
26
CT
HP, able to get
control.
the frag. This
Som?
smoke needs to drop. Aspas,
Som loves
is he
these
gonna get shot by the
smokes.
player behind the smoke? Som waiting for his
Som, they see your
opportunity.
cheeks.
Energy down to 3 players. This smoke
Smoke's
is
fading,
taking
now what?
forever here, Som. This is fresh to say.
Oh
the
no,
least.
they found me!
Zia
Oh
does
my
the
god, he
shot.
still gets the kill.
Cuts it to 2.
Oh my god, the crossfires are pristine. The crossfires are pristine. Holy.
Som, that was all Som. If he
Holy.
loses that 1 versus 1, I think it's very different. He converts that initial kill after smoke fades onto a secondary, and it's just able to hold down the aiming
Is this the
position.
Eastern Western
Disastrous
Conference? I don't see
coming through from
Jalen Brunson.
MIBR.
Wrong game, bro.
And once again, just a heartbreaker. 2-8 now. Aspas once again has Blaze Storm.
Oof.
I would imagine that their money situation is bad because looking back on that previous round, yep, they had a few Vandals, but a couple players also looking on Guardians, light armors across the board, few players close to 0. I suppose the only one that actually had some money, so best they could probably do here is
Basically,
maybe, I suppose, buy up 1 gun for somebody, then Blaze Storm himself, and then the rest are going to have to get what they can get away with.
might want Verno to start be playing that spot, but Verno is very important over towards A. He's very important over in heaven and being behind coverage, basically. So it's just What more can Shenum do in this mid side? We've already seen this Viper's Pit, but even that did not work the last time they did it. It's basically a guarantee that
Sentinels
Viper's
are
Pit
already
is gonna be
qualified to
fine.
the main
We can't
event.
expect
Here we
what
go.
Som did like last
It's an
time.
APOP.
But MIBR, now they need to focus on the rest of the map, which NRG is doing. NRG cleanly into A. Not so much, actually. Aspas takes the head off of Som. Still another opportunity,
my
looking for more
God.
headshots, but Scuba
I'm not gonna
takes
lie,
away
this is so
Aspas
rare
and
where we
takes
see
away the
Aspas,
heat from
like-
MIBR going into this round.
I don't know.
Another
It's
counter
pretty
Viper's
rare
just
we
gonna
see
cause
Aspas
some
struggle,
issues
right?
here. Not a lot to deal with it, but Adazine is still alive. Aspas
I don't wanna
did
see
his job
this.
to get one Adazine down is going to cause problems. And as already mentioned, the buy is exceptionally poor here for MIBR. Really, it was just a Blaze Storm as the only way in. Do they recover a rifle, though? Oh, they haven't been able to do that, obviously. Okay. So, yeah. Just going to run in and see what happens.
Someone
Yeah, they're
posted their
still trying,
Instagram on
but-
donations. Guys, this
I
is
mean,
not an
surely
advertisement
MIBR
board for you.
Realizes the situation a little bit, but
We
there's
are not following
there's
you, bro.
corpses that are readily available for them. All of them are behind.
Dude,
the
Ethan's
A
looking
side. All of them
crispy,
are super
though.
deep at this point.
Ethan's
Bruno's
looking
just going
great.
for a couple of picks. Same thing
Ethan's
with
looking
Shenum.
diffy on the
So, okay,
IGL.
MIBR realistically
Hold
just almost
Last
going for the round at that point,
round.
because at that point you can't be going for the eco.
Wait, you guys
MIBR,
think Aspas
they're
is
gonna
struggling
put
because they're playing online?
Yup
Aspas
on
never plays
Aspas
matches
this round.
online.
The first time that we're seeing it from Aspas in
He has
this
almost
game,
40
it's
ping.
This is the second
is it
time.
second
I mean, he's
time?
not even
This one,
struggling.
yeah,
What am I
yeah,
saying?
sorry.
He's 13 and 8.
Hopefully he'll actually get a kill.
Wait, what am I
because he
saying?
did,
He's literally 13
unfortunately,
and 8.
with that one crucial shot
I
over
think I've
towards
only
B
watched
main.
his deaths
Right on
though.
Brock. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one.
Right,
And I
right.
think there was a previous round as well when they saved it. So he bought it pretty early, ended up saving. Next round, solo on B, didn't quite land the shots, and now finally has it on board for the final round. It would be really quite a fun one for MIBR if it's a
Aspas
huge
and
Aspas
Scuba?
carry round and already straight away first shot onto Scuba.
Uh-oh.
Like I said, a big round for MIBR.
dead.
Aspas on board would be brilliant, but maybe just a little too late, obviously, in the half, with this being the last story.
So that's sort of that
How?
stopping power that I was looking for from the Viper.
What? Motto?
It had to come. Oh, it
You're
has
like
to
that,
come
bro?
out with the orb and the molly, but
What are
no,
we talking
come
about?
on, Mata. He's been unreal
Good
this second
jiggles.
hour, this half so far, but Mata
Good jiggles. He's playing
gonna be
up
going
though.
into the
I think
second
this is
half.
overheat for Mata.
maybe tucking his tail in a little bit more on defense. You know, maybe
If he stays here, overheat.
not being able to
Good
be
fall.
as aggressive, of course, on the raise. So have fun for now, stat padding, Mata.
What the fuck?
But this is
Brothers just
certainly a great,
brothers just
great half
fucking
from NRG,
flying around the
great
map.
showing from them. 10 to 2
it's gonna-
potentially, but
I
it's
got
not
drafted
over.
after Ludwig. I'm on
It's
race
looking
team.
like 10 to 2.
Ludwig
Certainly
got
not
drafted
exactly
before me.
over just yet, but
Ludwig shit though. How's that
there's a lot
possible?
of work to do here. Swapped his
Are they
operator
trolling
now
in those
up towards the
drafts?
Vandal.
It's a good drop
He's
too.
lost a ton of these situations. Verno's at least got one. This is workable now.
And this is the duo that
They
you
said
want
I'm
for
not
this
gonna
sort of
practice? They
situation,
don't know
and
that.
It's working out. Brock, 1-on-2, gets the damage. Can he get a kill onto Aspas? Verno trying to bait him out, and that was perfect from Verno. Verno, but barely a gun out, but no.
Damn.
Oh, Aspas.
Was that
is
fat
gonna
kid
be
or was that the
able to
last
just-
pick?
Oh,
Was that the
just
literal
there.
last
But
pick of
still,
the whole event?
3 rounds for MIBR going into the second half, folks. We will see you all for the second half after a very quick break. Don't go away.
Oh, was her second pick? Really? That high? How long is this break? 60. Bet. Talk about the charity now? We could talk about it really quick. No, let's wait. Let's wait. I'll wait till after the map so I don't have to rush it. But there is... I want to read the notes. I want to read the notes so I don't like fuck it up. But we are doing a charity stream right now. It's called Save the Children. There's a link below the stream. There's a link in the chat. Little TLDR about Save the Children is that they invest. Okay, well, let me start over here. They're global leaders in child health education and protection. They're transforming the way. I don't like how I'm reading it. I need to see it in front of me. JNM, no more directing from you. I'm gonna talk about it after the map so I can do it properly. I'm just gonna pull it up in front of me. I was told about this charity through my brother, so I'm only learning about it now, but I looked at it and it looks like a good charity and reputable, so yeah. It's my fault you can't read? True, it's not your fault. Do. All right, here we go. We're live. Oh my God, we're live.
Third break here for MIBR with Fraud utilizing 2 of
What
his
am I looking at? My third
timeouts
monitor.
in the first half. MIBR, they need a huge second half
Yeah,
here
20.
if they want a chance against NRG here on Split. My name is Upmine, joined here by Avril. Welcome to the Esports World Cup. Welcome back to it.
Welcome back to the teams as well, MIBR. Looking for a much warmer welcome on their second half.
Thank you for the
attacking
22,
side
Bailey.
and what they managed to
Thank you for the
scrape together,
top
and I do
5.
say scrape together because
5 looking small on
all
5.
three
Thank you
rounds
guys.
They managed to get. They had to heavily fight for a little bit of speed coming up through us, plus already into heaven. No time wasted here.
This is a big pistol.
Big opportunity for Brock. This is a crossfire here with
Easy.
Mata. Look
Wait.
at the mosh pit here for NRG. It works out for Mata, but no pick here from
Oh,
Brock.
Sam.
It's not even Brock. It is Sam to
Wait,
pick up 2 frags,
2v2.
but MIBR with their own opportunity.
Scuba's
Brock,
here.
He was
Timing.
scrambling for some sort of opportunity.
Oh,
He was
late
on
bird.
Artzine. Scuba
Artzine's
with an
dead,
easy
his
frag.
dog.
Artzine does not want to get stunned here.
The
but
fuck?
He is going to get
Surprised
stuck.
he stuck it when the dog was there.
Big frag coming in at the very end from Scuba too. 10 to 3, Avril.
Scuba has been really
Scuba?
standout. Now at the top of the leaderboard,
Dude,
I believe, for the
Scuba's
entire
actually
lobby, but a
frying,
player
huh?
that
Brother's
maybe a lot of
motivated.
people weren't even really familiar with, just fresh out of Tier 2, fresh out of Qubit Academy.
Yeah, first stream.
Onto NRG, filling in big shoes left behind by Finesse. I mean, we laugh about old man Valorant, and maybe it was time for the retirement to eventually come on through. And yes, there is a force from MIBR, which we'll definitely be talking about. But
Team
the fact
Heretics
that
also
Scuba's
works with Save the
been able
Children
to
and donate
make
for
this
every
kind of
jersey
impact,
sold.
and, you know,
There you go.
sure,
That's
in
awesome.
some of the phase 1 games off stream, you weren't too sure. Okay, they got by a little bit, but MIBR is not the type of team that you can just easily shut down this much. Scuba's done that. Scuba's changed the game for this NRG team.
No, especially in the way that they did it. They kept assaulting one weakness. The fact that they found a weakness. And MIBR
Wait,
not
MIBR
able
are
to
getting
readjust.
fucking stomped
This
on.
is NRG now. Need to take advantage of.
Looking
a
like
big
my ranked
start
game is with
indeed
0
it is.
delay.
5 kills, 5 pumps, and that is around there. Going towards NRG once again. But again,
Ray is low-key
MIBR,
cooking in this
the
draft.
big
You can
thing
get
for
carried
me
for
is
league.
the fact that a
Are we gonna
team
win the
of
Rumi
this
Rumble?
caliber
What's the prize?
were not able to adapt
The Rumi trophy?
in that last half, and they basically were losing out
the way,
on rounds in the same exact ways.
By the way, there's a
If we see
live
the
draft
buy
for
here,
anyone
so
interested while you're
I'm
watching the
wondering if
game.
it might be out
Rumi
of
Rumble.
game because we're in a
It's a
situation where
4-week-long
we're
event
down
I'm playing in
3 to 11.
with a bunch of other creators.
And,
4
hopefully we
different
get a
games.
Flash of the scoreboard really quickly, because I
The
do
games
believe
are
that it's
Counter-Strike,
very
Rainbow
much
Six,
a
NBA
desperate
2K,
situation for MIBR, given
and League of Legends.
how far down they are. The fact that NRG has shut down their force so
I think the first week is next week. But there's 4 weeks I'm playing in it.
Barely started to get the hang of
The
it.
question is, will we practice?
Final round in the
We'll
first
see.
half coming through. You feel like it was a reasonable MIBR round, not even a clean round.
They
or a
removed
good
Rainbow
round,
Six?
but a
It's
reasonable
Trackmania?
one to break
What?
through on a 3-9. And
Are you fucking
immediately,
kidding me? I was
2
already
rounds were for
practicing.
NRG, including stopping a force.
They make last-minute changes
Looking
without
at a
telling
very
anybody?
one-sided scoreline finish with Split, I think.
Yeah, potentially, but let's see again.
What's up, George?
Now that we're on the attack side again, just more chances,
kill.
more mystery here potentially for MIBR going forward in terms of
Yeah,
the
I was
plays,
in
and it
talks
works
with
out at
Jinxie
least
about
early on.
getting
They're able to
coached.
pick away at one.
This is
Aspas, though,
bad news,
he's tucked
man.
himself into the corner. Mata knows it. They're gonna force him away, and Mata not able to double satchel out. Oh, Aspas, good dash away from his one-on-one. Still a big opportunity here for MIBR. Oh, look at the flank. Scuba's already on site. He gets taken away. You still have the
Wait,
Sky
11-3
incredibly
curse?
close. Still looking for another frag. There's a man over in heaven. That could be the big cutoff coming out from
Blow you.
Cortezia, but
Doesn't know.
Cortezia, he doesn't see him.
Ethan's unknown, by the way. Ethan is still there. And he was the player that stood out in this exact same position on the previous half. But this 1v1 is going to be very important. The paranoia
Wait,
missed.
I thought Ethan would turn
If
around and
Som
kill
does
him.
not, Ethan at least gets called out. Positioning for Som is, of course, revealed.
The fuck just
TP
happened?
down.
Wait, Sam in the clutch?
Low player
Samuel?
Artezine.
Fuck, Verno said no.
Take advantage
Verno
of
said
it,
not
but
today.
As you say,
Verno said, Daddy's here.
unknown for
Verno
Som, the
said,
final 1v1
not on my
goes
watch.
there, Verno. And a required round, because I think if
Sorry.
that went to 12,
Did I
I was
overdo
ready
that?
to call it. I still might
Let's
be
watch
ready
the
to
game,
call it,
bro.
but some
Put the fries in the bag.
magic late into split might still be able to come on through. You start to see just a bit of that Aspas firing up early in the round. Bulldog in hand, and now with some real guns. Rescuing the economy, Gus. I think.
What is
yeah,
Trackmania?
to
It's a
confirm,
racing
they
game?
had nothing. They forced. They needed to win, and they have.
So MIBR, still giving them a fighting
Yes.
chance
All right, we
right
could
now.
do
Maybe
that.
letting Aspas a little bit off the leash, but at least in the early round, playing a little bit of a buddy system. trying to connect in the mid side
This is
alongside
pre-Tejo nerf patch.
NRG holding on pretty steady on that side. Shenum, you can tell, is going to be going for the conditioning over towards the A side. But this is strong here from NRG. They have 2 players set up on each site no matter what situation happens. So they're at least setting themselves up for
I've heard of
at least
Trackmania.
a
I
competitive round.
just don't know it.
Poison's off.
Very good info being gained.
Why is the caster
Mata
so
all
loud?
the way
Is it
in
me?
A,
The
and
casters are
he
so loud,
might
no?
even go for a bit of a flank here.
It's like they're in my fucking inside my brain.
And they don't have the type of setup to stop it as well. Again, there's no Cypher here. There's no trips.
Wait, but okay, but Scuba backing out and covering B instead. I mean, this is just, there's no cutoff in the mid side for MIBR to just go straight into A, potentially going in for the mid side. But here comes the 1v1. Mata takes away Cortezia, and now this map has become a lot smaller for MIBR. MIBR,
Wait, what's happening right now?
think that their only chance is here on B for now, unless one person can be a hero.
Wait
and
a
make
minute.
some formation happen over towards
Scuba
A, and it's happening.
Steve. Scuba Steve.
I believe he actually ulted
Oh, he's playing
onto A
safe.
because he was sniffing out but didn't commit to the ult.
How do they clear this?
Plant's not here yet, and actually a good 10 seconds, by the way.
Whoa.
They're still going in.
Whoa.
MIBR is
What the
going
fuck?
to
How
have
did he kill
the plant.
Aspas like that?
But NRG is going to have the 2-man advantage. Verno.
Fake news,
This is
fake
everything
news.
here for Verno. Somehow
There's
the
a
man
flank.
coming in from A main has to come in at a different timing. Verno needs this opportunity, and he's going to be able to get it. Gets the first frag. The man over
The
in A
flank.
might be able to
The flank.
Artsine takes him out.
Artsine 1v2,
now
the
knows
1v2 of
where
his
at least
life.
One of them are. Doesn't know where Brock is.
Nice try, bro.
Waiting for Brock.
Nice try.
Finds him, but Mata is just that.
Mata's
much
just too good, bro. What
faster.
can you do?
Mata coming in from main, coast to coast, into elbow, right when Artzine has his opportunity against his opponent. Great hustle from Mata.
You could tell that Arzin actually, he believed at least there was a second player there. I don't know if he had the full info or not, but he pulls through the Rolling Thunder all the way into screen. He knows back
MIBR
over
fell off?
You know, towards his own spawn.
They just can't play online, I guess.
Because he wasn't done on that first kill. He wanted to go a little bit deeper.
They're also on land, probably. They're probably playing from the office.
Getting the kill to Verna forces
Like, together,
Arzin to
but
slow
still online
down
server.
and reconsider. And then suddenly it's a 1 versus 2. He gets Brock that he
I
was
think so,
looking for,
JNM.
but Mata is the player that will be able to prevent it all from happening for MIBR, and was also the player that got away with sneaking in towards attacker spawn, wins the 1v1 against, I think it was Cortezia at the start. Really pulling through everything necessary for NRG to close this one out in a comfortable potential 13
This is the old patch, guys.
13 and 4 rather.
This is hard because they're probably practicing
Ethan.
new patch.
It's not going to
Playing tournament old patch.
A little bit tough.
Like, it's hard for all the teams, really.
Going. Let's see what happens here. Brock waiting for his opportunity. There goes the dash into the middle of the
Unless
site.
you just don't
And
play
indeed, no
Teo.
Sheer players are able to go into the
Blood.
middle of the site just fine. MIBR, they have control, and they might have a frag. But
Oh my God, that
Brock
was a sick blood.
comes in. The crossfire works.
What?
And the showstopper is still no
What?
frag for Mata.
What?
Mata is able to clean up.
The
One-on-one versus
fuck?
Arts. Have control, and they might have a frag. But
Oh my God, that
Brock
was a sick blood.
comes in. The crossfire works.
What?
And the showstopper is still no
What?
frag for Mata.
What?
Mata is able to clean up.
The
One-on-one versus
fuck?
Artzine, and he's gone.
He
It's
is
all on Verno.
fro-
Verno 1v2 picks down the fire.
Verno said no. Not on my
And you
clock.
could trust
Verno
Verno
said you
to
thought you were going to win the
stay
game there? He
sharp in
said no.
moments like those.
Verno said no. He said
All
no,
the
I'm
pressure
good.
in the world on Verno,
He said nah.
and he's still
Maybe
able
next
to
round,
hit
not this round,
headshots.
though.
1-on-2.
Verno
and it
said
goes
no.
towards MIBR.
I had to correct myself when I said
12-5
13-5,
aware.
but you know what? The 5 is
12-5
on board now. No misses
aware.
from Verno there. Had to clutch it through. Second clutch, we've seen Artezine a little bit earlier, and that upper lower totem wins that with
What did
5
Verno
HP.
say?
Now
He said
this
no.
time Verno, in a very similar 1 versus 2. Get himself the Armageddon off that as well. It's going to allow him MIBR just one more opportunity. Oh my God, it's a 10-man 5v5. Look at this.
Unreal. It's a
Aspas?
car crash, ladies and gentlemen.
Aspas said no. Aspas said no. He said no. That's my duo. That's my fucking duo right there, dog. Me and Aspas. All day, bro. Come on, dog. We can't be
Loading up
stopped.
10 pins at a bowling alley. And
We need to be
strikes
stopped, but
his
we can't be
Aspas.
stopped.
And
Replay,
was
replay.
basically all he had as well. That, and I believe a
That's my
shot.
duo, man.
My goodness, he is.
That's my
come
fucking
online. We
duo.
were
Look at me.
waiting for
Look at
Aspas
him.
to really
He's
show
top
himself,
fragging the
especially in
server,
that
and they're losing
previous half.
12-6.
Was
He has
kinda
the most
there,
kills
but
in the server.
not
They're losing
in
12-6.
the way
He
that you
said my
really
team
wanted,
is
not
shit.
carrying,
He
didn't have
said
those
you
big
guys are shit.
operator rounds.
He said I would be
Couple
winning
play
without
storms
you.
that went awry. Yeah, 5 versus 5 melee there. Here we go. Aspas again. Aggressive up the ramp.
Aspas getting let off the leash a little bit, starting to heat up a bit, but hold on. NRG, they have the answer.
Derek Chef, thank you for the $30. What?
2 players in the middle of the site,
Thank
1
you.
player over towards Heaven. This is a good split here for NRG. They're giving themselves the best chance possible potentially against this strong of a take from MIBR. They're going to be able to clear out Heaven, though. 3 players on A.
Saw him on the big flank as well here. Watch for that. Mata did that last
The
time.
Bester,
It worked
thank you.
out great. He's
The
probably
Bester.
not going to find a 1v1, but he will come through unknown.
They know they're here. They're
He's
actually
paying the
stuck. They
price
can't
for
go
that.
mid because ropes is are ulted. They could go spawn,
I think NRG
but it's hard.
basically
If
smelled
they
it
go
out. They know
spawn, it's a
mid is
perfect play by
clear. Mid is
MIBR.
clear.
But they're actually just going into
Someone
sight.
Here we go.
What the fuck's happening?
Can't go up their mid either.
Oh my god, wait, what? That was a perfect execute. What the fuck? They flushed them out like a bunch of rats. The exterminators are here.
It looks
Save?
so clean
Spike
for
planted.
NRG in terms of the defense.
They
in terms
literally
of their
got
positions.
exterminated.
And yes, you do get a kill back from Psalm, but Scuba, he's been holding on to this mid side.
What's my
this whole
team?
time
Ray,
because he
Shifter,
was very
Tarek,
important.
Cutie,
He was
Evan.
very
Who's
important
Evan?
to MIBR's reasoning to even being in Heaven. MIBR could have rotated at any point. There was more than enough, presence there from
Yvonne.
NRG on A for MIBR to run away. But MIBR forces the situation, forces themselves into the 3 individual one-on-ones. And it just works out for now. doesn't it?
Elmo's last pick feels
The
bad.
timing just wasn't there for some. Yes, he did get his one on Zenom, but the fight already broke out. MIBR already had sight. They already completely flooded it and won sight.
I mean, League of
So
Legends,
things
our
just
team
went
is cracked.
Slightly slower of Psalm,
Counter-Strike?
which they will- Obviously, he can't run because it doesn't reveal his position. But
We
if he
should be
could
fine.
Have just had his team.
Trackmania?
A little bit more
Honestly,
time,
we
more
win 2 out of 4. We probably win the
positive
event.
at right
Just
time,
focus on
over towards
Counter-Strike
A main.
League.
Would have been
Focus Counter-Strike League, put the fries in the
Save, as we
bag,
saw
bro.
2 members of NRG as the tactical timeout comes on in. Man, how much do you want to believe in this MIBR comeback right now? A little bit of Brazilian magic, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Am I good at 2K?
I like that.
Nah.
I like that. I did.
I
specifically
played
for
maybe
you guys.
5 minutes of 2K.
I was gonna say I
Not
didn't know
even.
I could do magic. I didn't know that, that sort of witchcraft existed. But you know what?
Maybe Aspas
Am I
can.
gonna practice at all?
Yeah,
I
Maybe
no,
don't know.
MIBR can do the magic.
I don't know what my
Exactly.
schedule is with these watch parties
Like, it
right
might be
now.
possible.
I'm trying to hit
Pulled out
rank
the
1 as
magic
well.
wand a
Like,
little bit
am
earlier
I?
on, but even that didn't work out. But it seems like the knives. It seems like
How do I
again,
tell them you're not
Aspas
carrying
heating
in
up a little
CS?
bit, getting himself that confidence
Trust
around a little
me,
bit earlier
I'm
on.
carrying in
That's
CS.
fine.
We're playing versus
But
Ludwig, bro.
MIBR
Put the
again
fries
here
in
on
the
this
bag.
attack side.
Let's focus on
They don't
League.
exactly look. They don't look too different from the confidence that each player might have had going into some of the battles in the first half. However, this
Have I
is
played CS before?
just that stylistic
Well,
difference now for MIBR.
growing up,
just
I played a
working
lot
out
of
for them.
CS.
Aspas,
So,
if he is able
I
to act
peaked
as that spear, as
Supreme.
the Jet, he's able to do a whole
So I should be, like,
lot
pretty
more than he
chill.
was in that first half.
And we had such important rounds early on this half as well, where they were basically facing up against a quick loss. I was looking at
You should have went pro or something. I know. I've been
13-4
saying.
was a scoreline that I was.
If MIBR win
fully
this, I'll
expecting
donate
to get
$1,000 to the charity
And
if they
now
win this
suddenly you're
map.
looking at 12 and
If they bring it
7.
back and win this map, I
I'm
donate
not calling it a
$1,000 to the
comeback yet
charity.
for MIBR because the road is still pretty long for
Locked
them.
in.
At this point, the mountain is
Locked
still
in.
pretty high to climb. But
12-7.
you're beginning to believe a little bit. The economy's breaking a little bit. The fact that NRG are being forced to save, they're gonna come back on some light armors.
So you hate
Everyone's gonna have
charity.
gun.
All right, I'm buying
Everyone's
charity a
not gonna
house.
have
Fuck
weapon
it.
for this one, just a pistol.
Fuck it, I'm gonna buy
It
charity a
goes to
house.
scoreboard at the end there.
Fuck it.
And the confidence, most importantly for MIBR, winning a lot of these duels. Aspas heating up. You need your star players to perform, and he is.
Hi, my
Right
name
now
is
you have
Charity.
presence
It's
all throughout the
crazy.
map, which, for NRG, not exactly surprising, but for MIBR's attack, having those 2 players come up very early on over towards B main, that is a little bit surprising if you are NRG, but they haven't bitten down too much on it. They are maintaining Rotator over in B, they're maintaining somebody over in Heaven, but still 3 here on A.
I think I've seen a lot less interested in mid. They've been getting a lot of success over towards A, but do they know?
What a
Brock?
flash!
That's a good
What a
he
whiff!
can't connect Brock. He whiffed the shot.
Help!
It was a free kill.
And Mata's gonna go away too, forced out by the Tejo, but my goodness, that was the opportunity.
Save?
NRG.
Oh,
They might be
fuck.
looking at
Get
that
your
angle
wallet
later
ready.
from Brock. They might
Do
be
you
kicking
sports bet?
themselves.
Donated $4.
It's
I
not
do
like
not
MIBR,
sports bet,
they
bro. I
have
do not know what's
overwhelming
happening on the
ultis.
court.
It's not like they have the
Go
util
next.
to really
Again.
hold down the
Generational
site
choke.
like that.
Tarek's armpit.
NRG.
Thanks for the 5.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a head scratcher. That's a heartbreaker.
Well, if they just don't have the economy, can they really risk it if they go for this?
just
and it
reading off the
fails, which
names,
is more
guys.
than likely they have
Thank you
nothing
for the resub.
to really. Well, it's not exactly nothing to work through, but how much do you want to gamble on a 3v5 retake here where you've completely lost sight and it might be in full position to successfully win this round, and they're going to do so. NRG would really be allowing MIBR the buffer in the economy, but also the loss in their own economy to allow this massive MIBR comeback to happen. So NRG, I think,
That's Jason's crash out on the Knicks. I saw 5 seconds of it. I didn't watch the whole clip. Go watch it again.
And that closed the gap enough to where now it's scary. Now it's looking like
Am I playing today?
possibility of
The
NRG
game?
pushing this into OT becomes more and more.
Unless this watch party ends very quickly, probably not. I have to record a video later
It's time to lock
off
in at
stream
least for
for
one round. This defense
Riot.
is going about as poorly
way
as
later.
MIBR's own
But yeah.
defense. So it's the attacking side that's been looking good for both teams so far. And the defense has been left wanting a bit more.
We're doing something fun
Just
for
takes one good
Toronto.
early
I don't think I can
interaction, though.
talk
It's not
about it,
like
but we're
we've
doing something
seen
cool for
NRG
Toronto.
get the early advantage. It's not like we've seen it be consistent over towards
Oh,
MIBR
leaked.
side either, but it hasn't been overwhelming. It's not like NRG are getting themselves into a 2-man advantage.
Am I the new
early on in
agent?
These rounds.
Yeah.
And it's still fairly split. Or
His
MIBR
ult
are
is
winning
plugging
out
Twitch
these early
Primes.
battles. Over towards mid though, this is the first real
I'm
chance
the new
that we're
agent.
seeing
What's
for
up, man?
NRG in the mid side to try to trap MIBR. Maybe there's 3 targets here for Scuba. Scuba is tempting it, and he has some recon over towards the mid side to try to pick out. And he's not calling in his teammates.
Ladies and
just
gentlemen,
yet.
this is your
actually an
captain
early
speaking.
rotation for MIBR, all
Today
things
we'll be
considered.
cruising at an altitude of
So I was
40,000
gonna try and
feet.
get something done inside the smoke here.
That's the conditioning.
Not aware.
The Viper was the one that took out.
Doesn't
the
hit. I need the voice
This
changer.
could be a very important
Tom,
side
that's
because
cringe and you know it,
the
bro.
line could play us on
Just play the game
right back to
normally.
in time. I think they're blocked out by smokes.
Mata with a second opportunity, but it's only really 1 pixel for him to pick on. MIBR is going to have full line of sight.
Also left Xenon off a little bit, so they'll have opportunity to come back in and maybe collect on those 2 members.
What
on
else we
ramp
got?
if they
Vice ults. Vice ult's big.
Play
He's gonna
through.
get everyone in sight. Vice is dead!
wanna-
Brock, what are you
They're gonna afford to do
doing?
another save. They're gonna have to go for it, but they're losing members. At least one trade.
Wait, they sky ulted. Why?
Opportunity.
Why'd they sky ult? It's over.
Through from Zen. Can he make
No?
it in time? He needs help his teammates. But a Seeker has spotted him out.
Verno! The stun right in his face.
Ooh,
on your
ass
Scuba.
pass.
He
Gita
needed to
ass
do that on the
pass.
fly, and he was still able
Gita,
to nail it.
Gita.
Aspas gets his own kill at the very end too, but NRG, I mean, that was everything for them, or at least that was their reorganized effort. They had all 5 players.
That's my
available to
duo.
them, or
Minus
at
1K?
least 4
Not yet, bro.
Even strength players available. and they
Eric,
still
if you
weren't
read
able to
this,
connect it.
I didn't read it.
And they didn't even need the.
But I might have to.
MIBR, that is, didn't even need the
Can you say Gugu Gaga thanks for the 5? Local 90s bomb thanks for the 10.
2 members on site were able to get the cleanups required.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting too much more out of Som given that. Shotgun in the smoke. He's good for 1, obviously. But with the other
Mata?
2 players on the ramp,
Off
locked
angle?
out
Peek.
via smokes,
Like Zakin.
just couldn't quite trade that.
Not like
death,
Zakin.
and that is a ton
Oh,
of information to Mata.
fuck.
He'll pay for
Oh,
his life.
fuck.
Those are the type of moments
Fuh,
where
fuh,
you expect
fuh.
Mata to get his right, where the rest of the hold is going to be
Brock
a little
is
bit
just-
easier for
oh,
NRG.
man.
But they lose out on that one. Ethan needed to run for the hills.
Oh
The
my
missile's
God.
getting him, but he's still fine.
What in
middle
the
of sight,
world is
technically,
happening
Scuba
right now?
cannot help.
Ethan!
Ethan! Ethan's still
They're so
alive,
blind.
And Ethan is still fragging. 2 kills in the back of sight. Even though he gets spotted out by the drones, MIBR doesn't know where he is.
All
He's able
3
to pick
here.
up 2.
Wait, they have Spike.
NRG, they now have the man advantage. MIBR no spike either. How do they connect here on the Cortesia? They might have just fake TP this. They're still looking for Cortesia at the moment. He might
Wait,
be
did they
dancing on
trip the wall?
site, but the one-on-one
Ooh,
with him
Som
on
is
Som
fucking-
does not work out for
Ooh, they know
Cortesia.
he's there now. 1v3.
Now on Shenum. They know exactly where
over.
Shenum is now. Shenum.
It's people
Looking for a
over.
pixel, looking for an opportunity. He does see the spike.
This is so
Does not know
fucked.
about Brock. He drops into potentially a one-on-one, but he's
30
walking right
seconds
into a
left.
crossfire. Wall right
What
in
the fuck?
front. Ethan, the timing's insane. Shenum.
What are they doing?
How do they switch positions?
What are they
Meant to be.
doing?
Meant to be.
What are they
Shenum, the
doing?
marathon. Run for the hills.
What are
He
they
can win it. He's got Viper's Pit as well. He can actually
What
win
are
this
they
round.
doing?
He drops into potentially a one-on-one, but he's
30
walking right
seconds
into a
left.
crossfire. Wall right
What the
in
fuck?
front. Ethan, the timing's insane. Shenum.
What are they doing?
How do they switch positions?
What are they
Meant to be.
doing?
Meant to be.
What are they
Shenum, the
doing?
marathon. Run for the hills.
What are
He
they
can win it. He's got
doing?
Viper's Pit as well. He can actually
What
win
are
this
they
round. They pass
doing?
by each other. Shifts in the night. It was the smoke.
He has to rush him.
Just allowed him to
He's
be able
gonna
to get
rush
by.
him.
He should have lost that moment now with the Viper's Pit. Wait, he might still die here. Brock wants it. Brock wants it.
Woo!
Unbelievable.
Generational
30
Knicks.
HP left on
I'm getting
Shenum.
Knicks
1 HP
flashbacks.
left on Ethan. 1 bullet for either player. Shenum
I'm doing mixed flashbacks.
Digging deep now into the tall grass, goes back into the Viper's pit, hides himself, tucks his tail into the back of sight. Ethan doesn't see him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Halliburton with the fucking game tying.
My head hurts.
What a round. That
Halliburton. My god.
Into the Viper's pit.
I'm getting.
just allowed him to
He's
be able
gonna
to get
rush
by.
him.
He should have lost that moment now with the Viper's pit. Wait, he might still die here. Brock wants it. Brock wants it.
This is unbelievable.
Generational
30
Knicks.
HP left on
I'm getting
Shenum.
Knicks
1 HP
flashbacks.
left on Ethan. 1 bullet for either player. Shenum
I'm doing mixed flashbacks.
digging deep now into the tall grass, goes back into the Viper's pit, hides himself, tucks his tail into the back of sight. Ethan doesn't see him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Halliburton with the fucking game tying.
My head hurts.
What a round. That required just a
Halliburton?
slight amount of luck, but what it also needed was
With the choke emoji, put the choke emoji in the chat.
ability to just be able to
Oh
see the
my
win, get that
god.
spike, walk
This
on
might
through,
be worse
win
than the Knicks
necessary
choke. The Knicks
1v1s,
choke wasn't even that
pull
bad
his
in
way
comparison
over
to that.
towards
That was an
being Viper's
unlosable
pit in
1v3.
play.
That was
He
impressive.
had to get
Honestly,
that final 1 versus 1 onto Ethan, and
Nah,
he
that was
connects
actually low-key
the shots
impressive.
required. What a tough
1v3,
round to win.
they
That
had
was
Spike
NRG's
down
win
hell,
right
he
there.
had
They
to
were
drop.
looking at their 13.
This
I was
choke
thinking to
will
myself,
feed families for
NRG, they've
generations.
locked in for the one important
This
round
choke
on
goes
the
down in
defense.
history. Congratulations.
Get them the
You're all a
map
part of
win
it.
that they probably feel like at this point they really do deserve. 9-3 on the half.
Congratulations, we made it.
3 coming out on the
This
second
will
half.
feed families.
Denying even the force buy on that second round from MIBR. It was looking all over, man. At that point,
Yeah,
That might have just been a
really
direct
think
donation
MIBR
to the
would probably
charity,
just
that
lose out,
fucking,
but
that
coming
play.
up to this round, this might be a back-breaking round, Gus. Honestly, Zen
Are there
being able to
replays? I don't think
that
so.
Is mentally back-breaking for NRG, knowing that NRG themselves, they should have won that round.
Yeah, unironically. I mean, every single person involved at the end of that
Oh
round
my
is
god.
regretting 1 or 2 moves, very specific moves
How
that
is
they had
this-
made.
at
and
Asgaris?
that
At
timeout was
Asgaris?
everything to maybe
New
at
choke
least
just
get
dropped?
those thoughts out of the way, get those feelings out of the way, and recollect herself just to win a single round. NRG just needs 1 round to get a map on MIBR. Let's see if they can pull it off this time. There's going to be a Viper in the mid side. Trying
We
to
might
cut
have
it
to
all
donate that
off.
1K.
Scuba. Not going to be able to find a pixel just yet, and he's not going to go down. A lot of work still to be done for MIBR this round, but I'm still trying to catch myself.
Honestly, last thing I'll say about the previous round before we lock in for this one.
Right, I was gonna
Mark
say.
also popped in Steel Garden, and he set up a massive win for them initially on that site. It's where you saw most MIBR start to fall. It was when they recollected and regathered their thoughts that MIBR were able to bring it back on through with a little bit
Is
of
the game
clutch
live?
factor
Yeah.
from Zenom again, the player that I just had a feeling, man. I had a feeling that Zenom was going to show up today, and he certainly has. An MIBR, a little bit of free space over towards B main, but Marta is sniffing it out now.
What was that?
Mata doesn't hear
That was a
a
guy
single
spawn.
footstep just yet.
His
Doesn't
off angle was
spot a
actually
single
nice.
pixel.
I died to it the other day.
He's got a flash to play off.
Never mind, he's mollied. I didn't get mollied when I went.
Because oh, he does come through.
No one's flashing hand. The
Ooh.
showstopper is there,
Grenade.
and he's gonna be able to nail 1. And the paint shells with more damage. This is all Mata.
The flank.
Mata could get a whole lot.
Whoa!
Scuba from
They did it for
behind.
entertainment
There was a
value.
teammate
They're
from
playing with
MIBR
their
coming in
food.
from
Now the
spawn. I thought he would
1v4?
be able to catch up
Nah,
Scuba,
this will
but no,
feed
it does
families
not
for
happen. Verno,
forever, really.
That is your old teammate Scuba there. That just pulled a quick one on the rest of your teammates. Verno.
10 seconds left.
All he can do is
GG.
just stare as
W
NRG
fake comeback?
snags a 13th and is able to take a map off of MIBR.
W
Yeah, they
fake
had to
comeback.
work for it at the end, man. Again, that started to get a little sweaty. And at the end here, 13 and 10. MIBR
Wow.
did all of the heavy lifting for their own team in that second half. But I think the story really just comes down to on their first half, it was too
fuck it.
quiet.
I'll donate
I
500 for
wasn't
the
really convinced they were
fake
gonna get
comeback.
Their 9th round, I was
Just 'cause it was
expecting probably a
exciting
10-2
when it
finish
wasn't meant to
in
be.
that first half, and because they just didn't have the buffer to play through, they couldn't afford the mistakes. I think the 2 extra rounds at the beginning, pistol. You're in a 9-3 situation, you really want that pistol, you lose the pistol, you really want to force to try and bring it back just slightly more, then you don't quite get that. And suddenly you're staring it down at 11-3. That is a pretty massive problem for MIBR. Is it possible that we start to see MIBR bring it back? And that's where that magic was. I was talking about the fact that
it
maybe
go
the
through?
magic will come through for MIBR to make the comeback possible. But, you know, the fact that
Cannot
there just
find
wasn't
donation
enough
cart.
rounds left in the
What do you mean
tank for them
donation
to
cart?
lose a round like that. Because one round like that was bound to happen. How many rounds in a row can MIBR really play flawlessly, perfectly,
Why is it not working?
rely on these Zenom clutches, maybe an Artesian clutch here or there as well? That can't happen every single round. And you felt like at some point NRG was going to be able to lock it through. And
Guys,
it is kind of
why
funny,
isn't it
Gus, because I
working?
did say that maybe the Zenom clutch was going to be mentally breaking for NRG. No, the opposite actually ended up happening. NRG said, no, it's just going to completely like water off the duck's back, shrug it off, come on through. And that ended up being their most dominant defense round for most of that second half outside the first two. So the fact that NRG just shook that off, losing to the Zenom clutch and came back powerful, that's great for NRG.
Yeah, they had to come in for the new blood too. Had to come in from
There we go.
Scuba. Ladies and gentlemen,
Bang!
that was a very entertaining map number 1. But this is a full best of 3, and not only that, we have another game coming up later today too. So lots of Valorant. We love Valorant. Tune into more Valorant after the break. EWC does not stop here. We'll be right back.
All right, we're on break. All right, let's talk about the charity that we're doing right now. Chat, if you're just tuning in, we are doing a charity stream to spread some positivity and love and support a good cause through this event and the controversies that come with it. Really, we're here for the love of the game. To be honest, you know, I didn't really know if I was gonna watch party this event because of everything that comes with it. I've also been offered a lot of money to do stuff with the organizers in the past that I've turned down. But I didn't want to miss these matches because the fact that we have to write. I didn't read the story now. I skipped. Should. Videos on my channels
without feeling
from
a
the
bit of pep in your
EWC
step
qualifiers
for
here.
A brand new member and some reinvigoration and energy
yeah.
invigorated.
So just my
after
coverage
winning
is
that
just
first
on
map as
Twitch.
well. Pretty quick through mid.
It's going to be a lot of work here
So,
for Archzine, potentially with
like
the
we usually
silver
post
right
the watch
behind
parties
him
on
with the
YouTube
shock
and shit.
dart.
We're not going to do it.
And NRG, they're not going to burst into B. They've just gone all the way up mid. The harbor wall goes up, and now Cortezia, it's all going to be on him. He's maybe going to have a one-on-one here with the Sova.
Do they expect this? They do. They do expect it.
He's not going to get it
It's-
anymore. In fact,
they had to look for the
player's
one.
eye. He's at least going to be able to flick down for a beautiful headshot on the sum. I didn't expect that. Really.
Why not post it and donate the money earned to charity?
They're gone.
I could, but I don't know if that's gonna help as much as the views of the event.
Control onto A main to allow the rest of his team that extra angle. Hold on to some of the nanos as well. Would have been huge.
Scuba's gonna win that one out too. Ospas had a really decent chance to win out that battle, but Archzine
Not like your
now looking
CPM
for
is insane
coverage
anyways.
onto his
Crazy
teammate,
work
going
out
for
of
the
you.
defuse, and now he's gonna cover himself. Mata in the middle of sight is gonna get the easy shots, but it's not like Shenum isn't giving this the good old college try. Shenum with a big shot in the back could have potentially been able to
GG.
cover for his teammate a bit, but the way that the
Wrap
front
it up.
sight was kind of separated, no way that Shenum would have clear line of sight onto the spike. NRG had that one from multiple angles.
I certainly just ran through mid, uncontested once again.
Thank you.
Pulled up the harbor wall to block out B, and then shifted immediately on towards A, and MIB had nothing really to say about that. Cortezia, again, did more than what
got
I
it,
expected
C10.
in that situation.
Right.
Just the loss of map control so quickly from NRG's pacing there on that opening pistol was gigantic. So MIB, I can't really afford to have that type of map loss control again.
Early on, they're at least gonna have a good line of sight into deep B main. They're gonna have two players that were able to dip in and out and get a first contact.
Thank you, how the donos. Oh my god,
However,
there's so
NRG
many.
does
Morgan, thank you for the
everything
30.
to hold on
Ice,
to
thank
this
you for the
B main
10.
area. They can have
P-Pants
one
for
or two
25.
players here
I
really
love
just
you,
trying to
10s.
be
Philippines,
pests, try to
number
split
1.
off back into that
10.
mid
Thank you,
side.
guys.
And
We're at 2K.
yeah, that's more or less
Thank you, thank you,
the
thank you.
sentiment, at least. NRG, they're not gonna hold on to B, but they definitely played with the heartstrings of MIB are there.
Yeah, they pulled everyone over towards B, put the Viper wall up, deny all information.
Why are we
MIB
saying wrap it
are
up?
not
Once more the
gonna
game
check
lasts
for
longer for
anything.
charity. I'm hoping for at least 60 rounds.
And because
I
you
mean,
have
it's a joke,
Scuba
bro. Airborne. It's a joke,
kind of
dog.
just lurking over towards A side. He has been slowly working his way up. And MIB have not caught on. They gotta
what
get
the
the
fuck?
bad news pretty soon. They're wondering where is
Why is the
this hit?
overlay
We're
is so
stacked up
weird?
here.
Yeah, we have like a.
Dart's gonna go in,
We
it's
don't
gonna
have the full
spawn
picture.
nothing,
But honestly,
and
it's for
Plant's
the
gonna
better
come
because I don't know
through.
where I would have put the charity
That'll
stuff
be
with the real
NRG.
overlay.
You'd think 2-0.
30 seconds left.
Blocking fire.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little exit frag party, I would like to think. MIBR,
That,
they can
that is
surround
like-
this side. If they can surround maybe the back of spawn here over towards attacker spawn, this could be nice here for MIBR because it doesn't look like any of these players are going to be tempted to actually burst into the site. And this is even more impressive here. The fact that they have 2 players.
I don't know, the
all
casters
way
are too
over in
loud.
B still.
I feel like the game audio is way lower.
Anyone from NRG is going around.
can't hear the game
world
that
here,
well.
so,
Wait.
funny, interesting.
It might be I didn't buy this. I'm looking. I checked the weapons before we came around. They have pistols.
Yeah, exit frags.
So
Denying the kills so they don't give up the old points and going for the exit frags instead.
they're not getting. Well, that depends on where NRG are exiting. It seems like not exiting enough in the direction that they would like.
But that's good.
Nah.
NRG get to walk out with a lot. There would have been probably more economic damage done if maybe they actually went for the retake.
Right.
Even though they had nothing to
Cooked.
really lose there.
We're
You
actually
had
cooked.
2 Vandals on board for NRG, so doing a little bit of damage there would have been nice.
Oh.
But they got a couple. You give them that. So they got the couple of exits that you mentioned.
Yeah, and it's getting the exits and mainly the players dying from the spike. Denying NRG the old points, giving themselves the old points from dying.
All right, let's focus on the game, yeah?
like-
The old points as well. That's true.
Yeah. So still good stuff from MIBR. Let's move on though. This is the guns coming out in the hands of MIBR, and this is
5-man
only
B.
Shenum. Only Shenum sitting here in the middle of B. He does have a little bit of util
Yeah, but sometimes they
here
have timers,
from
Daniel.
the KJ,
After you follow.
and that's going to be basically a retake piece of util, or at least a mitigating piece of util whenever players actually make their way over onto yellow. But MIBR really just waiting for this contact here from NRG because not a single player is getting contacted. Not a single player is getting angled on right now. This is clean from NRG.
It might be a feeler though. You can tell they're starting to shift over very quickly. They didn't spend too much time on
Slow
towards
push?
A.
Wait,
Now
was
the
it
electrons are
NRG who
coming
did
on
this strat the
towards
other
good, but
day?
MIBR so far, no
I think it was
plot just
NRG.
yet.
It was.
NRG,
They pushed
they're
Snow and
feeling
Mata
the
flanks.
pressure of this
That's
one,
right.
debating whether they actually want to stick it through
That's
or
their
not.
bonus
This
round
could be here as
strat.
well.
They
It's
ran the
tricky.
same
Ooh,
exact
comes
bonus
early
round
to Gus.
strat
Yeah,
as
he's
their
able to
match.
escape
No
with
joke.
Zia. Second opportunity could
Bar
easily
for
come
bar.
down to Mata.
They
Both
ran the
looking
same
sharp.
exact strat.
And not only
I'm
that,
pretty
but
sure,
reviving a
right?
little bit off the
Do they have a
shield.
gecko?
Here
No.
comes Mata, looking for a couple headshots. Not able to get any. Brock is there with a spray. 1v3, and he's
$100
been
mod
locked away by
donation.
RGZ.
Tarek's least favorite
Way more
mod.
importantly here, though,
Jane, have you
for
donated?
MIBR, no spike plan
Appreciate you,
for
brother.
NRG, no extra
I suck
ult
at
point,
Val. Thank you for the
no extra
25. Love you
credits.
guys. Appreciate it.
Well locked down by the combination of Zen and Cortezia. You can see as well in the early round, I did notice a couple MIBR
Who was
members,
it?
more than a couple actually stacking over towards A. They were feeling the potential for
Nah,
A
JNM,
again,
you're dying
but
laughing,
very
no?
quickly,
Me?
they
Texas,
broke
thank
off
you.
the back of that one.
Texas,
You
thank
even
you.
mentioned it was Zenema alone on B. But it wasn't alone for long because by the time NRG
You have
actually
not been
brought
JNM. You are only
attack
winning,
in
bro. Let's be real,
and
dog.
decided to execute, MIB was
You're
so
only winning, bro.
ready. And they'll be ready again because again they've
JNM, how many girlfriends do you have?
started
Be
early
honest,
on
bro.
A, but it's NRG looking at B.
Plenty of util here for the stopping power of Cortezia. Cortezia launching out the
Zero?
nano swarms. He's
You
not
could
going
lie,
to get a
dog.
clean line of sight just yet. The Harbor ulti is going to be spotting out Cortezia this whole time, but he
Ooh,
gets
what a
an even
peek.
opportunity for a headshot. But Som takes him away. Verno from behind the wall. He might find one.
Aspas
No,
flanking.
Mata is close.
Wait, this strat is kind of sick that they're
Be a big
doing.
one.
It's going to be difficult though. Aspas does pick up the one. How much more can Aspas get? No updraft for now.
They're not
for
peeking
Aspas to
him.
get into that second
They
level,
give
but he
Aspas
spots one.
respect.
No way though is
They
he
give
going to
him
expect
respect.
both Som and Brock to be around the corner.
He doesn't need to
He knows
push,
there's a
though.
guy
He
close
needs to
right.
buy
He knows
space
for sure
to
there's
his
a
team.
guy
You can
close
tell
right.
The fact that
But does he
Aspas
expect
being
two?
alive there, winning as 1v1, it's going to cause some issues. It's going to allow the rest of MIBR minus RZ
He knows
now
for sure.
to potentially
what?
get their way in.
Yeah, but that's it.
One enemy
Nah.
remaining.
Beautiful job by Ethan.
Probably
just
miscomms in the
holding into the
fucking
corner,
TeamSpeak.
making sure he doesn't extend himself out into the corridor of main.
What charity is it?
and
Save the
allowing
children.
his two
I need to put
teammates
branding
pull
of the
in
charity
all
so
the
you
work
guys can see
against
what charity
Aspas in the back of main, and that's not to talk about the rest of the action in the middle of sight from NRG. Good mitigation from NRG. MIB are not able to break.
And losing Artazine probably end up being the likely lights out of. I mean, we definitely saw that was the case Aspas then couldn't convert further from his own positioning. So, yeah, I didn't think Aspas needed to do more than just get a single kill there, because you saw as soon as he got that one on the flank, all of Energy had to suddenly turn around, address the fact that their flank is exposed.
I mean, I don't know how to put it.
During that time, that's when you need to see the rest of MIBR.
That would be decent if we
You
had
have to
that.
activate, start taking some site control. But as they walked on through, didn't work out for them. And finally, MIBR, they wanted to see Energy on A. Energy walking on A full force.
MIBR, they're in a situation now where they basically need to give this up. Need to get back into a retake.
This is not on, this is not on land, no. It's online servers.
From the harbor.
MIBR are
Still
playing
very
on
strong.
land because they're playing in the office. But NRG
Again,
are...
the reckoning
Wait.
can only really come out if MIBR are in the
Are
right
NRG
positions to be able to retake. And that's
playing on
exactly
land
where
as
they are
well
right
from
now.
their
Players
office?
over
I don't think
stairs,
so.
Brock
Their
is
pings
able
are all
to take away
different.
another one.
I think
No
NRG
flank
are
coming in
playing
at the
from their
moment.
homes.
NRG, they are just holding steady. And more importantly, the reckoning is not even going to happen.
I think they're playing from their homes,
The one that
yeah.
dies randomly behind the smoke. NRG, they're just looking for a cleanup at this point.
Yeah, and no confidence from Quarters. He's going to go for the full flank and
I
spawn
love
as well,
eco
so he's going to be
frags.
pretty late on this retake. If
It's
they are
eco.
going to
Nice.
even confirm it at all, they're going to have to. With Verno falling all under Quarters here. Decisions to make here. It's a 1 versus 4. Probably knows it's not going to actually happen here. Getting a kill or dying will give him an 0.4 the next round to get that locked down.
I feel like
But,
the stream doesn't have any information on the
dying straight
charities.
away,
That's
as
why I
you
feel like we
mentioned
should
there,
put
Gus,
the
is
campaign
definitely the
link
nail
instead
in
of
the
the
coffin,
donate
given
link.
that
But maybe I'm
reckoning for the
wrong.
retake would have been pretty useful.
3 donos again.
If they were going
Tarek's
for it,
friend
yeah.
P. Diddy, thank you for the
Yeah.
30 bucks. Anonymous with 5, thank
They
you.
definitely had members there, but
Yeah.
Mazia just he's still looking for an exit and then backs out and saves the rifle. But I think they had the opportunity to go for the retake
Yes,
for
you're
sure.
gonna tell us?
With,
What does
with
that
the
mean?
membership and with the reckoning ultimate.
We mentioning it every 2
Yeah, but
minutes?
still
Yeah, I guess
such
it's
a
fine.
tough site to
Let's
re-entry
do a
on.
logo on top of the
Energy
overlay.
knows that they had such a strong hold into the back of site. They had 3 players with a line of sight into the
Yeah.
top corridor, into the top catwalk. But yeah, no, NRG. It doesn't look like they've.
I'll do that.
Doesn't look like they dislike
No.
A by any means. No, looks like they found a bit of a home here.
That's the heartbreaking part, because we've had multiple rounds where MIBR hard stacked A and didn't get anything off that gamble and had to shift over towards B. And the one time where they decided not to do that was
Wait,
when
what's
NRG
happening? Should I watch the
decided
rounds?
to also actually go towards A, and this is now undisputed. Brock actually finds Verno, massive. It's going to call over some rotators, and NRG got to fall off A entirely.
Shannom's gonna be here on B, but
That looks
all of
terrible,
this KJ
holy fuck.
util is really worthless. The nano swarm's too far away to get
I need a
ticked.
better logo.
Shannon and the front side. No,
Alright,
it's
fuck it.
actually
Hold on,
there.
focus.
KJ does come close enough, and the nano storms do go in, so it's not exactly that big of an issue. But there's nobody actually with a line of
Guys,
sight
if we hit 10K, we unmod JNAM.
to be
Come
able
on,
to take
guys.
Advantage of that. Shannon waiting to
Let's
see
get
if
it
anybody
moving.
pushes the
Choo-choo.
situation. But this is NRG being as clean as possible here. This high tide taking up as much time as it possibly could here, or the cascade, excuse me.
Yes, there's a lockdown, but Scoobers can activate at any time here as well, and might
Wait.
just do so.
And you guys are telling me I don't hang in the server though, right?
There goes
Like,
the
just to be
lockdown.
clear, you
NRG,
guys telling me I
they
have
go
no
for full
chance?
victory formation in this round. MIBR, no chance. 2 players back over towards Snowman.
JNAM, but like,
technically have a chance here,
brother.
with the globe, but it's gone now. There goes the round from NRG, and again, it's just the confidence once again coming back into that B site. Maybe a bit of a broken.
Just
prod
throw me
back
in the
over towards
server
A.
and give me a whirl, bro.
MIBR,
I'm
they
telling
can't
you, I can
get
still
a
do it.
single
I'm day
confident
2 back on the
hold against
grind.
NRG in this half.
Imagine how I look on
It's
day
looking
7.
like split all over again. Yeah, we're going to see the timeout coming in. Fraud is
Scuba's still popping off.
might have to start panicking here. I mean, there is a lower bracket, but
I think
are
you
we
could, bro.
already
They give you
talking
an
about
op
the
and there will
fact
be
that
some
MIB
problems.
might drop
Thank
to a
you,
low bracket
Mav.
versus
It's real as
NRG of all
fuck.
teams who again struggled really hard in that playoffs bracket.
Anonymous with 100 bucks,
VCT
thank
not
you.
that long ago, MIB
Finish
has
Elden Ring or
direct
unmod
opposite
JNAM.
that
Thank you for the
third
15.
place.
Cool. Thank you for the 10. Free
Best
Palestine. Thank you for the
finisher in
25.
MIBR so
Love.
far.
Appreciate you all.
Brand new team being led by Aspas, and now staring down the barrel of an 0-2. And
We're already almost halfway there
obviously, we've seen where
We hit the
MIBR
charity
can
today.
make
I
that
posted a
comeback
pic
happen, and on split,
of it.
just a little too late. So this is the opportunity for them to stem the bleeding, because we've seen this situation on split where they were just behind in rounds, and then they left that first half with not enough buffer for them to be able to make that comeback possible in that second half. So yeah, you're looking at 1 and 5.
Cover me, cover me, cover me!
It's not defeat that defines you. It's how you bounce back. Reach your impossible. Lenovo Legion.
Very very poor start once again for MIBR. Can't afford to have a repeater split. This is a series for MIBR
Right.
that they
Bro,
really
you
should
always have to ruin
at least
everything,
win a
bro.
map, and there's just no way that you would think on paper MIBR should be 0-2 versus NRG
Wait,
straight
Aspas
away.
needs an op,
I mean,
no?
you
This is
maybe take a
Aspas's
time
op
machine
map.
back to,
Me and
like, what,
Aspas,
2 months
when we
ago,
duo,
3
we
months
op on
ago?
this map.
Absolutely.
Wait.
Absolutely. The way the energy.
Do you guys
was
remember
looking
when I
earlier
played
on this year?
Icebox with
Absolutely.
Aspas and
Coming
he
out of the
filled Reyna
offseason?
and I played Jet?
Absolutely.
Maybe he's
But
rusty because of
MIBR,
me.
the results,
He didn't get his reps
the pure
in.
results that we've seen, the games that we've seen NRG have against some of the top from NA, it just wasn't there. The real signs of this team being a top team
He's
in
rusty
NA,
because of me.
it wasn't there just yet, but the makings are there. NRG, they worked on some of their issues and
Show me
not looking
Aspas.
too bad right now. 5-1, still with a big opportunity here on A. You have MIBR with 1 player with a bit of a deep
Oh,
angle, but it's not gonna
no.
count. Aspas needs to run away with the Guardian.
They've abandoned B, by the way. They've experienced this pressure before. NRG just fully locking in for A.
Arzine?
MIBR not taking any chances. Arzine with the first gets traded, but it
Ooh,
might be
good patience.
MIBR with pretty minimal buys are actually winning this one right now. Spike even dropped, and they haven't committed ultimates. They have 3 ultimates they could have used, and might not have to now. This is looking like a big turnaround round.
Brock though, Brock able to sweep away 2 on the catwalk. But this is big now still from MIBR. MIBR has a lockdown. And Aspas is able to knock on yet another kill. Second kill from Aspas and make it hard. MIBR
He said no.
able to still somehow stay in this half, but gotta give it up a little bit to maybe NRG making the mistakes there. One-on-ones throughout the take there from NRG.
Although Sentinels is qualified, I would have liked them to just see them like go through the qualifiers and make it. Just to watch them play. But fuck it, we're already there.
I think it was actually Guardian and Vandal is what I last saw on the scoreboard when they walked in. The rest of them had pistols. And
Well, couldn't stand the chance in the show match. You're thinking about playing in tier 1? Bro, show match is not the same thing as playing in a match server. In show match, these dickheads don't care. In a match server, there's pressure. I'm better under the lights. I need them to feel the pressure so that I can take advantage of it. You wouldn't understand, bro.
Everyone is just rushing, rotating from B all the way on to A as soon as they realize that the commit is there. The fact that you see Zenom just like sprinting over towards A gives you all the information that MIB.
Bro, no one cares in matches
exactly
either.
what's
Half the
going on.
scene
They
is
held them so
throwing.
cleanly there.
Retweet.
They've needed that round. What a big turnaround after the timeout.
Still tough for you to build on that momentum, at least on the defensive side. Just you know, just by concept, you can't exactly push onto NRG. You can't exactly.
When's the Ascaris video
train
drop?
rolling.
3
You
p.m.
have to wait
Pacific.
for NRG to approach, and indeed they take on the first contact. And NRG,
It drops here first.
It's only a first contact that they give up. Every player backing out of B main to try to
Start, yeah.
recollect with Psalm.
Yeah. You'll notice here as well that we don't this time have a Scuba deep-ish lurk. We've seen previously Scuba's been a little deep on A when his team's
They have 5
exploring
ults,
B.
by
He's
the
gone a
way.
little bit deep over towards the tunnel as well in mid while his team is working around the map, and this time they just don't quite have that, so the extra info, it's not quite there. What they do have is Mata pushed up.
Oh my gosh.
Just Cortazir aware of this though.
That's so cheeky. Shen, sure.
Thank you,
certainly
Mustafa.
doesn't
Thank you,
know about it
Savannah.
for now. Mata,
Savannah with 55, thank you.
So close. Did he
Pro
pick up
City, thank you.
Shenum is gone.
What just happened? I gotta focus on the game,
Makes it
fuck.
all happen.
What just happened right there?
Barrel of Cortazir betrays him, sticking out from the wall, allowing a freebie in Aspas in a difficult situation, him versus the world entirely. Couldn't get much more done off the dash.
Wait, 3v4? Harbor ults?
This is retakeable. They have plenty.
That's a good wall by Ethan, I'm not gonna lie.
Still there.
Whoa, what a flick! No
It's a
joke,
lot
that
of
was
members to get
nice.
through.
Jiggle, jiggle.
Not like
It's a save.
Ethan is gonna make the job any easier.
Nah, Ethan's
It's gonna
like
be the
looking
Viper
sharp,
running
I'm not gonna
in the
lie.
middle of
He's looking
sight.
sharp.
It's gonna be 2 players watching the exit of yellow. And that's going to be the round to MIBR. They're still not done though. Brock from behind picks down a huge,
They're hunting
huge
Aspas.
kill onto Artzine. Now we're just down to
Oh,
1 player.
stole my
with a
kill.
gun. Aspas is going to
Get away, I think.
Yeah.
Barely.
Okay.
Yeah, so he makes it out there. They have 5 ults there. That is heartbreaking. Cortazir as well. The first death, you lose your lockdown for the retake. That hurts. Just slightly too far forward. Barrel exposed. Losing 2 straight away on that B defense with arguably one of the most important players to lose there. Lockdown, especially to flush out the Viper's pit, would have been pretty large. Committed by Scuba in that round. And I even mentioned early in the round, it didn't look like NRG had a lot of map control anywhere. They had to basically just commit over towards B, and
They needed a play like,
pretty well
like
for them.
Mata's basically. They needed a bit of a
Mata was the
miracle.
one player that actually found some positioning onto B, and that maybe gave the confidence over.
Yeah.
6-2.
Which is
Focus,
tough. Again,
Derek.
it's those types of plays that really, you know, that affects teams like NRG. We'll
Mod
talk
fight in
about that
chat?
sort of effect
Popcorn?
on teams like 100 Thieves too, where they put a lot of responsibilities on individuals. For NRG,
Nah, that emote is shit. What is that?
Vipers are actually pretty
Brick
pushed up
by
here.
brick emote
That's
is shit.
huge
Who added that?
information being gained by Zenom over in B main.
Scuba just-
Leaving A in a retake scenario. Look how far away they are in terms of MIBR.
Poison orb emitting.
and they have everything for the retake too. They have every single ultimate ready. So they're not against this
What
mentality
is Sam
by
doing?
any means. And if anything, NRG, they're the ones in danger. They have no ultimates.
Oh my god.
Shocking the system,
That's how
going around
Aspas
the corner,
plays.
taking
Wait,
out
Mata's
Mono in the
playing
middle
like
of the old
Aspas.
drone, but there goes the ulties, and there goes yet another big kill coming up from Shannon. Arzine
enemy
from
remaining.
above, and that's a huge kill from
Wait,
Aspas.
Roctagon.
Could have had a
Roctagon.
huge big play in the back of
Never
sight,
mind.
but it just does not happen. 4v1, and it's
What
gonna
is that
stay way
emote?
for the rest of the round potentially.
That's crazy.
As Shannon, yes, the round is over
Eh,
for his teammates.
it's
but
all right.
Brock is still going to be able to take down Shannon. Big round from MIBR though, 3-6.
That's not
And a
bad.
big
It's
solo
better than
kill
the
from
other
Zenom
one.
onto Scuba there as well, because I think the winner of that 1v1 really shapes how the rest of the retake looks. If Scuba wins, they know they have at least their side of that post plant pretty firm and secure. And MIBR have to do a little bit more work to flush everyone out, but given that the flank is then exposed, Zenom is able to allow the rest of MIBR to
I think the
come
best
on through
emote
from their own
is
spawn
Trip.
quite comfortably and force
Trip for some.
NRG to turn barrels around and split their attention up.
NRG is not exactly putting out too much of a look over towards that B site, and MIBR got exactly the info they wanted. They had the Harbor step up deep into B main, and they're going to leave Aspas watching B at this point. They could have been a bit more of an isolated take over towards the mid side, but NRG still
Surprised he
fully
didn't move
going
his
A.
turret.
They're gonna go into the Viper's pit here. They're not afraid of it at all. I think they may be considering that.
Oh, this owl drone.
Possibly.
Wow,
MIBR
no
just moved
info.
the Viper's pit
No
and left a single
info.
player.
That's an unreal owl drone. It's going to work out exactly the way you're
realize-
saying.
They don't realize that MIBR have a trap set for them with everyone here. NRG think that it's a solo Viper here. It's not a solo Viper. There's a lot more. Oh, Zenom should have gotten that kill. That is
The
a little
fuck?
embarrassing.
How?
He did see
Just
the player,
walked in
but
and killed
still
them. No
really
util.
That was
under the pitfalls.
He would have had to see the smallest pixel of a rifle to even be able to get that frag. And
Mata,
just not
don't
able to
die.
happen. Brock steps up, and like you said, a little
Shoot.
bit of a fumble, but still, Cortezia
Yee.
looking for a play. But Mata has been so sharp in these close angles.
They tried timing with the
Able to get
drone.
the big kill onto one. And still a lot more work to be done here for the MIBR players. 2v4, Aspas. Waiting
There's
for the gold
like-
to drop, waiting for the
I don't know how to
orb
explain it,
drop
but there's
against
so
Ethan.
many micro
But yeah, the rest
plays
of this round, it's gonna take
that, like,
forever to get
everyone
away, but
makes.
Aspas,
Hey, Ethan.
How does that happen? Aspas
And I
picks
feel
up
like the
kill.
best players are the most aware of the micro plays.
He just didn't
Like
think
the very
play was
small
gonna go on
ones.
ropes.
I don't know if that
That's,
makes sense
a little
though.
sad there, but
Wait.
given the
Oh,
fact
he's
that his
off.
Fury is there, surely we're not going to see NRG lose this round. No time left remaining. Aspas is going to do a ton of damage. I'll look for one more player. If he's lucky, he'll be able to get him. Brock on 10 HP, escape with his life, dodging the explosion as well from the spike. But no, I'm pretty sure Zenom saw a glimpse of the red outline inside the Viper's pit, but just couldn't bring his crosshair over in
Damn.
time. And the first
They might have to
death on
pause.
that defense for the
Diesel with the
retake.
$100
Or
donation.
rather, not
Thank
even the
you.
retake, but the first
Basil.
defensive player down, losing your
Basil,
Viper's
thank
pit.
you.
Zenom going down early is
We're at 2,500. We're halfway there.
because I think MIBR had a great setup. They kind of fooled NRG a little bit there. NRG thought that there was just solo Zenom on basically defending that side, and it wasn't the case. But and yet that didn't end up mattering. MIBR just couldn't quite punish at all.
A bit of deja vu from the last map as we saw Shenham in a similar position, but here comes NRG. Cascading now into sight. It's going to be 5 players.
What a
hitting in
KJO.
Alongside a Cascade, alongside a
What
high
another
side.
KJO.
The lockdown in the middle of sight, that's huge.
Okay, Cortezia.
The spike is not down yet. Yeah, Cortezia gets the big
Both of
frag.
them are dead.
There goes both lockdowns going down now. NRG
How did the
still
defender one
in the
die?
middle of sight. Mata is able
I'm
to
not
find
seeing
an
what's
angle
happening,
on
brother, but
Cortezia.
Mata's shitting on them.
Continues to stomp through sight and gets
Wait, Mata's
himself a second
low-key,
frag. That's the
high-key
last
back.
bit
They're
of
all
the
back.
RB
All of
in the middle
NRG's
sight
back.
here.
They're all
Ardzine
firing.
from the extremity, able to pick up another one. We're back down to a 3-on-3. Plant still not in.
Aspas as well.
Oh.
And that's still going to be the frag. Aspas coming in from behind. Could be the insurance option, but Artzine needs to play a little bit of time.
Needs to wait.
Azin needs to buy time for Aspas to activate, like you say, right now. NRG have no clue where Aspas is. Both players on NRG stacked together.
You saw him, yeah.
Sam doesn't have the angle. He even shows a little bit of a shoulder. This is an even 2-on-2, but they don't know about the second attacker.
Good angle.
Good
angle by Ethan.
And
Good angle.
Artzine doesn't expect it. Ethan
really good angle.
Stays alive, takes him out, and Aspas
Nice shot by Sam.
Does not have the space to do it.
8-3. Might be another 9-3.
His forehead could have been
I don't know, bro. NRG
Sam
are
had
looking
one round
diffy
shot
in
in
the
that
server.
moment.
Diffy.
8-3 still.
I'm gonna go ahead and
NRG,
say,
what kind
I'm
of
gonna go
squad
ahead and
is
say this.
Against this type of team?
I think the fact that NRG have played probably like 6 online matches to get to this point, while MIBR are playing their
Behind me, behind me, behind me.
Every gamer faces challenges. Champions push through.
Last one, last one.
Reach your impossible. Lenovo Legion.
first game is like huge. It's so big. Like these guys are so warmed up on these matches. They've been playing these matches like every fucking day. Like yeah, momentum is insane. MIBR just playing scrims their first match. But regardless, like NRG look insane, like still. But I think the momentum there is big. Yeah, NRG played 5 matches last week. I think it's a big factor. I think Aspas, or not Aspas, I think, well, Aspas and friends, no, I'm kidding. I think MIBR is still trying to get their feet wet.
On the same level as Verno. And still, bullet goes straight to the forehead of Verno. Artzine does get the trade back, but man advantage here for NRG. Only one player here for MIBR on site. It is the Harbor, though, and he does have the Reckoning to use. So Artzine, not exactly in a terrible
Motto's so
position to be able to help out
bro.
his teammates. And this is even better. Opportunity for
He's
some
looking
headshots.
different
And
in
he's
the
able to
server.
back on down without, unfortunately, getting a kill, but he's still alive.
The slowdown was actually so huge as well. Planter coming on through, baiting the ultimate to be played. Finally, Artzine will cross that Reckoning.
That was a wall bang from Som. That was clear through a wall onto Cortezia. That's a tragedy for MIBR.
They put a shirt on, you are not swole, bro. If I'm not swole, then what the fuck are you, dog?
And actually, have gone quiet.
Damn, that was actually, that
selling the
didn't make
fact
that
that
much
they
sense.
could have dropped
Fuck.
off.
Alright, I'm gonna put a shirt on.
MIBR buy this or not, Pime is still reasonable for NRG here. But no one from MIBR has fallen off
30 seconds left.
just quite yet. You can already see that Zenom is considering a possible flank. With extra utility being played in here, NRG is committing. And MIBR know it.
Artzine doesn't hear anything. Is he going to be the first one to make a swing? 15 seconds left. He's
These
not
walls are
swinging.
so good from Ethan, bro.
He's still gonna wait for players
I'm not
to
gonna
come
lie.
in. And good off
Their
timing.
cohesion
Pick
with
up
the harbor
on
walls and
his
everything have been
teammates
so
to do it all
good.
After 1v3, and it is all
I don't know,
done.
they're looking too good.
NRG
They're looking a little
not
too
only pick
good.
up a 9th round, but now have
Ready
picked
for the
up
Knicks today?
most rounds that anybody has ever picked
Yeah,
up
low-key,
on
yeah,
MIBR.
that's true.
And we're only now going into the second half, folks. We'll see
This
you
guy
guys
called
for
me
the second half
small, and the
after a
next
quick
message
break.
he's asking for my workout split. Tarek, put a shirt on, you are not swole. Tarek, put a shirt on, you are not swole. Tarek, what is your workout split? Those are his messages. This doesn't make any sense, right? Like, I'm not crazy. It's not mathing. All right, small break here. How much can I bench? I hit my PR bench like 2 weeks ago. But I haven't benched. So I probably 225 for 3. I know it's not that crazy. But for me, it was a big deal. He's trying. Wait, he's asking for your split because he wants to avoid it. Lost my $800. Thanks, Aspis. Think about that, bro. You could have donated to the charity instead. Let me eep. Thank you for the $5. Oh, I think I know what it means. I just realized. But like, Sarush, if you keep talking shit, you better fucking sub up, buddy. PR bench of the bar. Post a pic, you pussy. Let's go face cam right now. Go on face cam. Let's see what you. Let's see you, bro. Let's see you, bro.
Yeah, once again,
Let's take a good look at you, bro. Come on, face cam, pussy. Let's take a good look at you then. Let me get a good look at you, bro. Discord call me. You down or not? I'm dead ass.
Scuba coming in. brand new player, straight out of tier 2, filling in for some big shoes, led the way.
What was
on
his
that
name?
number one.
Sayush.
A little bit more quiet this round, but the rounds that he was active on were pretty big. Brock, though, man in charge so
It's
far.
a charity
for
stream,
NRG,
but
and
might have to take off the gloves for a second. Mortal, thank you.
Because if they don't win this pistol in the subsequent round, the map
What
may
happens
just
to
get away from
NRG?
them.
They're
They'll see
good
themselves
now?
in the low bracket.
It's
That's a
online,
huge
bro.
run. Brock had 1 kill in the second half of the last map. He starts off the first half with 14 frags under his belt. Now NRG, they already have a crossfire over towards B.
That kid
It's
is
gonna be
definitely 12
Mata
years
around
old.
the corner, maybe for a
Honestly, this
shocking
charity's
little
for you,
headshot,
bro.
but he's gonna need
Save
a
your
lot more.
ass.
He does have the drop to use. He does have the dash to use, but not gonna happen. Mata only able to pick up the 1, but the rotation's already strong here for NRG.
Yeah, might have maybe got a little bit greedy there. He
Am I
could
sitting like
have
a
probably
toddler? I don't
adapted. He
know.
wanted the second kill.
You're right.
It's fine. He'll have at least
I
got
look,
his
yeah.
1 scuba. Managed to get away from his tuck.
I need MIBR to make a game out of this at least.
The rest of the team
If they just win 13-3, then Som's ego's gonna be
by the
too
way, he
big.
might activate for a late lurk.
This can be, I'm down. All right, bet. I'm add you on Discord after this map.
For the rest of MIBR, but this is going to be the big kill from Som.
Bet.
Som, no
Bet.
way! He misses out on that. Shenum, he's able to escape yet another one. And not only that, okay, that was tight on Brock. Yeah, that's a long, long range there from Brock. But this is still going to be tough. Scuba on a 1-on-3.
And NRG know exactly what's up as well, because they'll be heavily flanked for that one. And
Spike
Scuba
down
on
A.
point, 10 HP, doesn't matter. Spike on the floor.
1 enemy remaining.
This 1v1 might just be calling the round, I believe.
Verno
Brock
1v2.
winning it leaves a solo on Verno.
Gave it to him.
Oh, goodness. He only needs a bullet to the body.
Scuba versus
He
Verno.
knows this. 10 HP, and he's only trying to show a forehead, trying to show pixels of his head right now to Verno.
The
And he's
two
definitely
newcomers.
waiting for Verno to try to go for a plant
12 seconds,
before
Verno.
he peeks
He thinks
in.
he's flanking.
13 seconds left. Verno was
Oh, he's gonna be
looking to
stalked.
bait in, but this is such a deep spot. Does Scuba know?
Spike planted.
Scuba spots the body, can't get a headshot.
That was scary, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that was scary.
Able to get a bullet onto Scuba, able to clutch things up, but that was way too close. NRG 2v4, able to pull that
J-Nam, can
one
you
back.
add him on Discord and make a
By
group
the
chat with
way,
us?
Ghost versus light armor, he couldn't win that one. He got the headshot required, and in any other situation, he gets that kill. Brock is dead. Not here though.
He stopped
Brock actually
typing?
walked in that round with
Nah,
light
he's
armor,
here.
had it on the
said
entire
he's
way
down.
through. And what a situation. MIBR, they are able to get that 4th.
All right. They finally won a pistol. It's their first pistol since first half of split.
Bro's
and even
calling
on
his
split,
older
they gave
brother.
up the
He's calling his
second
older
half,
brother. He's
the
calling his
second round
dad.
immediately
He's
after.
gonna bring his dad on the stream.
MIBR there.
Rounds. Verno had the armor versus Scuba. That's what I was talking about. He still stands though. Perfect situation for Verno.
At least going forward now, MIBR. Let's see if they can take advantage of finally winning a pistol once again. Aspas on top.
Okay, this is
He's
the
gonna be
second
looking
9-3
that
chance for
first frag,
MIBR.
especially on Brock all the way in the back.
Is it
of
gonna
the
be on
board.
stream? You're
Snowman,
damn right you're gonna be on stream.
just
Yeah,
yet.
we're gonna show your ass to the world.
Aspas
Talking all that
just acting as a
shit.
turret right now. He has
You
the
better be a
only
fucking
big
model,
rifle
bro.
here for
You get on
MIBR.
Discord,
No, I think
dog.
They do have a couple of other
You get on
phantoms here,
fucking
maybe.
Discord, bro.
But there goes the counter wall. There goes the retake.
We're exposing your ass today.
5 players alive is huge, but it's not gonna matter. It's not Aspas by
Might
any
not be the
means.
smartest?
It's
Why not?
Gorthizia with 3
What, he's gonna show his
frags.
dick or some shit? Nah, he won't do that.
MIBR.
It'd be fine, right?
Heavily expected round going their
I'm
way.
not going live.
Fifth round,
LMFAO, you're a
under
fucking
belts.
pussy, bro.
This is
Talking
really
shit
where
to
the
me.
show
You're not going
starts.
live. You're a
NRG
fucking pussy.
Get the guns under their belt.
Important pistol when we talk
You
about
fucking
the fact that on
scared.
split
You
they
a-
couldn't win that pistol.
alright,
Verno
bro.
delivers
It's
in
alright,
a
bro.
very tough situation for them. But he
I
gets it,
bogged
and then on the
TF
second
out of
round,
Tarek. Then come on
completely
Facecam, bro.
flawless
It's all
one-shot
good. I'm just gonna say
turnaround
what
on
up
split.
anyway.
They lost
It's not a
these
big
two
deal.
rounds.
Come on Facecam.
Second round on split for that second
It's
half
not a
was
big
also
deal,
flush from
bro.
the
Just
MIBR,
come on
which was pretty
Facecam. I'm only
backbreaking
saying
for
what
them.
up.
This time around, a much better looking situation. Economy in full swing. Everyone.
I'm talking all that
has
shit,
got
bro,
rifles
from behind your
in full
monitor. Come on
bonus, I believe.
Facecam.
So, no, okay. Ardzine only has a Guardian, but close enough. The other 4 have full rifles in here. Mata's already got first contact.
Faze Ali, thank you for that time
Aspas around
gifted.
the corner, can he make anything with his life? Cortezia. He's trying to find a couple more headshots, but that's crazy.
It's funny that Tarek's bullying a kid while doing a charity for the kids. You're low-key right, though. I don't know how old he is.
He's able to get that headshot onto Ardzine. MIBR down to 3, and they're tucking their tail into A.
Shit.
No
man.
health on Aspas as well. Very disproportionate trading.
We need an age check?
Coming in
Yeah. Okay,
towards
age check.
mid.
Like, even if it's
the
a
mid
kid,
was
like, well, no, we don't want to
back
put him
for
on
an
stream if
idea.
he's
Very
like
similar situation was happening
15
on
or
split.
is it, like, I don't know, like, is it a,
As we're full quiet now with NRG
No, we don't want to
Stacking
probably, right?
over
Or no, you have to be
towards A,
16
but
plus.
it's
You have to be
looking
16
like
plus
an
to
A
come on
finish
cam.
Anyway, spike carrier
16 plus to come on
on
cam.
MIBR.
Anything below 16, we probably shouldn't do
Is
it.
backing out, so they've lost confidence as we start to round out timing. But they're about to also walk into a
Alright.
bunch of this Killjoy utility on B.
I'm 23, not a kid. All right,
Som
we're
ready
good.
to go.
Get
So
him in here.
even that will be a bit of a delay. I don't think Som is going to get caught here, despite his low HP, because he's tucked away very safely.
Alarm bot down.
It's going to be the long-term play. Som is even going to put out a contact here. Again, just this turret is going to be everything just for a clean
We doing
one-on-one.
casting couch. I would like to show my goods.
This round is going to come
Enough
down
out of
to
you,
Aspas
Mab.
because he's undiscovered
Focus
and
on
he
the game,
has
dog.
the potential to flank.
That turret is going to be
He has to
everything
the one to
against
win this round, I
Aspas.
think. True.
But again, that's going to be real long here. Again,
Watch him actually be jacked. He could be jacked as fuck and look good as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Here comes the rest
I
of his
fold
teammates.
if that's the
3 players
case.
coming in from Snowman, but look how safe MIBR on. 2 players deep, tucked into main. Aspas only now heading into mid.
But they lose this
Did he
round.
pick
I might
down
be
the
able to
turret?
lose.
Aspas, does he have an angle? No, he doesn't. Onto the spike. Spike down to half. Or finally gets broken. Aspas
I'm here.
behind. It's a one-on-one for Aspas. You said
Oh,
it.
he got away.
He
He's on it,
has
Aspas, my goat.
There goes the defuse.
Ooh, Foon.
It is indeed all on
Come
the
on.
back of Aspas.
Come on.
They didn't know where he was. This was the guy, and you also mentioned the
Thank you,
potential.
Mr. Moff, for the $5. Tarek, is this tax deductible $10? Is charity donation tax deductible? I believe so. I'm not your accountant, bro. Enjoying your presence, $10. Thank
He
you.
even had to dash in to the spike to try and catch somebody potentially defusing, but luckily his teammates were able to swing at the same time, buy some attention away from Aspas, who again wins that on 5 HP. He had nothing in the tank.
not giving his
in terms of
Discord?
health.
Why?
A single breath.
He said he would, no?
knocked him over. And yet Aspas delivers in a tough
Accountants, who
situation where
mentions?
that
Where's
bonus
Rob?
plant doesn't work for MIBR if Aspas doesn't get success on that angle that he came in through.
And now NRG, they're the ones really giving up A. I mean, they were exploiting A consistently throughout that first half. And basically, anytime they picked this site, it was basically for free. NRG, they feel that pressure. They're going for a retake here of this site. Hunter's Fury is ready for NRG.
5v5 retake.
Try to really make those back positions known
Hard
for
team.
MIBR. Here comes the peaks.
Oh, Mata. This is a good game, maybe.
MIBR down by 1 at the moment. Only have 2 left. Wow. Verno, he's still on top. He was on top.
MIBR
basically the
not
whole
giving
time
up, I'm not
waiting
gonna
for that
lie.
chance. It's
His
Shenum
ults get out.
alongside Verno, and the mollies are going to be huge. You also have a shock
Oh, he doesn't
You
even wanna
also
use the
have a
ults.
Hunter's
Wow.
Fury now for Verno. Verno
halving it? No.
hides now, goes away. Mata looking for wall bangs, not able to find Verno. Verno
Got
is
it.
just playing with Mata right now.
Yeah, you didn't have
Mata
it.
steps off
What
the
happens?
defuse
You got
once
off.
again, and the
You got him?
ultimate
Okay, bet.
is not
After this
needed
map,
by
we
any
FaceTimed
means.
him.
Just a funny moment.
After this map, we
All
FaceTime.
that needed to happen was to make sure that Verno doesn't die, because he can't afford to. Well, if he drops his Hunter's Fury there, rather, if he loses the Hunter's Fury there, maybe
I don't know
the
what he's
final
saying. He said,
1v1
I'm friends with Tarek.
could
We're
still
not
go
friends,
the
bro.
way
Me
of
and you,
Mata,
not
but
friends.
With time running
What are you
out,
saying
Mata,
right now?
he can't quite stick the spike either.
Get the scene change ready.
Verno is
scene
consistently
change?
checking. Wants to save the Hunter's Fury, knows that he's got the
Oh,
ultimate
I
win
see.
condition,
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
that
true.
at the end of the day, if he wants the 100% guaranteed, no fuss win, where there's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
no chance
No,
they
I
just
don't think he
drop
will do
that.
that. Hey,
Go for
don't
Hunter's
flash your
Fury,
fucking
and you
dick,
can't
bro.
lose that round.
If you do
But to
that,
be
you're
able to
fucking
win
weird.
that without using the Hunter's Fury, requires just,
We're giving you a
requires just
chance
a little
here.
bit more tenacity, and displayed there perfectly by Verno and MIBR to maximize their ability to come out ahead that round after what was looking like the potential of Thrifty could have been there again.
Anonymous, thank you for the 25.
It was a Stinger retake.
Cleon, thank you for the
Single
5.
sniper rifle in there as well. Very light
Mr.
buy,
Ma, thank you for
extremely
the 5.
light buy, and yet NRG, I think they did decent damage, so not all bad for NRG, but MIBR are still
Now I
on
give
the
him an
warpath
idea.
right now.
No,
They've been
I don't-
flawless this
I don't
entire
know.
second half.
Yeah, they have. It
9-7,
was,
focus on the game.
It was very cool to see the aggression coming up from MIBR in the post plan on A, because the NRG in the same exact situation every single time they just backed out into the back of main. They really just waited for the utility to make that effect. Maybe 2 or 3 players on that front side making the action happen. But MIBR, they put every single person on the front side of A to be able to take down NRG. But here we go, yet another round, and this time it's pure aggression from NRG. 2 defenders on the front side of A, but only one of them is going to get a contact, and he has to run away.
Yeah, reckoning is to come down as well. Mata has to be very careful here.
That's
Walked out of the angle straight away.
Oh,
Place it, Mata
fuck!
on
Jet
top
this?
spot. Brilliant shot,
No.
that's what he was waiting
Stop
for.
it. No.
Now, Shannon wants to be a little bit of a hero. He's going to stand on this front side. Hunter's Fury is going to take.
Oh, no, he's dead.
Shannon, however, getting
How did he
exposed.
survive that?
Still tucks into the corner. Are they going to check this corner? It doesn't matter. Stopping power here for Shannon, but that molly would have been huge for
That KJ ult's big.
instead. But this lockdown, it's going to delay.
All right, so let him die, bro.
8 seconds left in this lockdown.
Oh my
And
God.
actually do peek
They tried
Shannon,
to help
and
him.
they
Just let
peek
him die, bro.
Artzine.
He's done.
Artzine and Shannon
That player
going
is
down
done,
in
bro.
the middle of a lockdown.
One player
It's
to change
just
some.
tragic. 4 players going in for this retake. It all has to be Cortezia. Cortezia picks up one. Looking for
Oh,
a
he
couple
traded.
more, but it's not going to happen. Hunter's Fury now left on Verno.
Wait.
Verno, shot.
Wait.
He
You
gets
can play
it.
ult.
Oh, that hits the Hunter's
Should've backed up and played
Fury.
ult. He would've
Still
won.
use it. Has to get this first kill onto Brock. Brock is low. Yet another shot. Yet another
Tapped.
spray. But the round.
Nice try.
is
Wait, he couldn't have
finally
won. I'm
over.
wrong. I can't hear the
Finally
bomb. I was
goes in
wrong.
the
I can't hear the
direction
spike.
of NRG.
I thought he could back up and play it,
Keeping
but
it competitive
honestly,
there,
he
it
made
was
it
very
fucking
difficult to try
close,
and pull
bro.
through the
Wow.
win. You said that
Bruno,
he had the
bro,
Hunter's
seriously.
Fury, and look, the situation, unfortunately, is this
He had
turning
ults,
on
but even
NRG
if he
alive.
ulted, there was not
He
enough
pulls through the
time.
Hunter's Fury,
$50
NRG really
dono.
swing on him
Free
deep,
Palestine. Thank you for the
he's got
dono. I
focused
appreciate
Hunter's
you,
Fury,
bro.
Probably mainly on
Eric's
the
Razor, use
diffuser,
me,
so
plays little,
the fact
bro.
that he even got
What are you
a kill
talking about?
shot, that
$10,
was
thank you.
brilliant. That really brought the round alive once more with the possibility of Verno getting more done.
Thank you guys. By the way, if you don't know, we're doing a Save the
Brilliant,
Save the
as I said,
Children. Yeah,
first
sorry.
kill
I
from
thought
Mata
Save the
onto
Children
us.
charity today. We've already raised
Revealing the
2,500.
operator,
We're
really
over
good by the drone,
halfway to our goal of
really
5K.
executing on the
There's
operator,
information
I
on the
should say.
charity in the chat
Bring the
if
numbers
you want to
into
read
their
out about
favor.
it. But
And
thank
then
you to everyone who's
two
donated
players
so
dead
far.
in the middle of lockdown, MIB, I can't afford that. I can't afford this. NRG.
Absolutely not. NRG, they're going to be giving up finally their first early frag here on this A site, but look at the coverage they have after that. 3 players here on site and a Viper's Pit to boot. The back of site covered at the moment. Don't really think there's a clean spot for a plant.
Through the smoke.
Some
Yeah,
guys,
but
man.
Verno, he's going to
This
force
map
basically a
is
kill
actually
onto
really
Son,
good.
but you still have that Viper's Pit.
Haven't planted yet though. Scuba's gonna make this one a little slow for MIBR. And you can see the opposite of what we talked about in previous round where Viper's Pit comes down.
How do they deal with this? They can plant on the
All
outside for
movement
spawn.
Goes completely quiet, trying to bait rotators away.
They wait for the
And
wall,
semi
plant
work
opposite.
Because NRG did push 2 players.
They have to go through that
off, and
harbor
now
wall.
they're coming back in, so MLB have not hit a good timing here. They're going to pull into the remaining members. They still have more to play with.
Oh no, Ethan,
Molly
you
in
got
the
one
middle
somehow.
of The Viper's Pit is pretty impressive. Cortezia is going to be able to
They can
pick
plant on
down
the
Ethan, but
outside,
still
bro.
The Viper's still alive.
Why are- what are they
Still thinks this is
doing? They're trying to go
possible
B?
For NRG, Brock with a huge kill.
They want
He's
us to go
gonna be
B.
able to get another one. He has 5
player
HP.
Ass
and
pass
he just
1v1.
got 3 frags.
He has to stay
Brock,
here.
That's
Wait.
unbelievable. Scuba
He
can
doesn't have
just
time
pop
for
out
this.
the
He does
pit
not
and
have
be able to
time.
do something
He does
here.
not have
12
time, I'm not
seconds
gonna
left.
lie.
11 seconds left.
Time.
No.
Aspas, he's got to run.
No, he
8
fucked
dash,
up.
no dash.
7 seconds. 6, 5.
That's my goal.
4.
He knows
made
all
it.
timings.
Barely
He
made
knows
it.
all
Is the Viper
timings.
gonna be able to get
Me
an
and him
air
need to be
yes.
stopped.
Even one-on-one
Holy
between
fuck, I didn't think he was making
and
it at all.
Aspas.
I did not think so.
And now the positioning is revealed.
Pop
Scuba
knives?
has revealed the
Really?
positioning
I would
based
never
on
pop
his
knives
as well.
here.
This might be one of those brilliant Aspas rounds. Can he get it done? By the way, he planted with less than a second. That was microseconds on the timer.
The timings are so
There it
good.
is.
The timings are
It's there
so
for
good.
us.
You see that?
The magic comes
Bro,
through again. He
That's why like the
barely got
top
a spike
players,
away.
like we all
A
make our own
split-second call.
timings, bro.
Quite
We
literally
create
saying,
our own
"Can I
timings.
get
If
out
you
of
notice
here? Can
that,
I get on
most of
towards
us top
B?
players,
Prevent
we
this
make the
5
timings. We don't
HP
find it, we
block.
make them.
Allowing
That's
then a
insane.
final
On the
member of
spike
NRG
plant
to
and the
potentially
peak.
Win that 1v1 in Scuba.
Wait, what are you
to
guys
bring
seeing?
the round home. But we saw earlier.
I'm so
Aspas
confused.
himself
Why
on
are you
5
guys
HP.
taking me question mark?
Made a brilliant situation happen on the post plant over towards
Not
B
you
on
guys, bro.
the
Obviously
flank,
not
and
you
this
guys.
time it's
No,
Brock, who
not
really
you
got
guys.
bruised massively on that round and
This-
nearly
What are you
got
guys? What are you
it
guys
for
confused
NRG.
about? Not you guys. No.
83%.
No, not you. Obviously
round
not
win
you, bro. What the
percentage,
fuck you
by the
talking
way,
about?
For MIBR on the
Why is that
attacking side of
confusing?
Icebox. They have faced the best of the best in North America, but my goodness, just over 80% win rate. It is just a little bit tough here to say.
Me
for
and my
NRG,
duo
but
Aspas,
with
we
the
make our own
pistols,
timings.
Again, not much to
You?
really say that something is going to change.
You don't
in
even
this
know what a
round.
timing is, lil
This
pup.
is almost what you
Focus
expect
up.
here, Avril, don't you? MIBR heating up a little bit on this half at the bare minimum, especially on Icebox, especially with the verticality. You're allowing Aspas to truly kind of flourish here a little bit. Cortezia on a Killjoy. Killjoy doesn't have much of a function on attack side, you know, and at the end of the day, Cortezia, he also is now acting like a little bit of a floater. He is also acting like a little bit more of a fragger, and it's working out here for MIBR in this half. However, NRG, they have a great setup. 3 players on A.
Yeah, what are you doing?
works out for one frag. Shenum is looking to help out.
The stream is lagging. Yo, whoever's observing the game, his PC's lagging.
Might just be guaranteed here for MIBR.
His PC's fucking lagging. His PC's overheating, no joke. You can see his PC overheating. The observer.
Recognizes the potential. Even though
Wait, am I off the chain now? Sarouche, we're FaceTiming after this map, bro. Chill. Patience.
Flank locked in.
Give it 10 minutes, dog.
Chance here remaining.
Go do some push-ups, get a pump.
No by Scuba, who at this point would be happy to just get away with anything. As you say, 80% plus win rate for MIBR on attacking side of Icebox, and they want to see if they can push that in towards 90 or so sooner rather than later, as by this point, if you actually look on the scoreboard, they have won.
No joke, go stand out in the sun for a little bit too. You're looking a little pasty.
This half, and
catch a fucking tan, maybe.
Timeout on the side of NRG now, who have found themselves back into, thankfully, another buy situation. Mata back into an operator situation where he has found at least a little bit of success on that.
Put some moisturizer on your oily ass face, dog. Like, goddamn. We're getting you on camera in front of 15,000, dude. Don't get nervous now.
Throws MIBR off, but MIBR likely looking like they'll close the gap here entirely. If we look at a 10 and 10, MIBR about to swing this one through into a map.
NRG pause.
NRG are
they're actually bringing it back 9-3
in terms of the lead, and
I'm scaring him away. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm not gonna roast you like that. I'm gonna be nice to you, bro. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy, bro. But we will judge your physique. Just kidding. We're gonna take it chill. But so help me God, you're hit. Just kidding, bro. It'll be fine, dog. You'll be okay.
Two ultimates on board by both
You'll
sides
be
as well.
okay, man. You're gonna be alright. $100 dono
Lockdown
from PS. Thank you. Appreciate you. Crit, thank you for the 5 as well.
Right.
Thank you.
No, but we're back at it. It's tough to just see NRG switching up the approach consistently throughout this defensive side, especially over towards A. I thought that they might have a little bit of a uniform idea, just keeping Mata around, maybe floating a little bit. Som right next to him, Ethan right next to him for the retake over in B, but not happening. NRG, again, playing with the ideas consistently in this half and just not able to find one that even works.
This is an important round. Lose this one, you're into full economy break. As a reminder that members are on
everyone chill.
Essentially with
KGO.
full weapons in hand, a couple of good ultimates, but the interaction is essentially Viper's pit into lockdown, but then into Hunter's Fury back again from Verna.
I think you should donate the mod bonus to the children.
Still not
Mods?
a comprehensive winning strategy.
Donate mod
from
bonus to
NRG
children?
and the ultimate trades.
What?
No
You don't support charity?
control
Fuck
yet
them
from
kids.
MIBR
Okay.
in terms of players
be saying that,
exploring
bro.
too deeply on various flanks. Just what is he marking the flanking angle himself as the rest of his players work up B.
This is going to be very strong response, though, here from NRG. They have the lockdown relatively close. The Harbor's going to be ready with the Reckoning, and the Reckoning takes forever. We're 40
Nah, that was a
seconds left in this
rare,
round.
funny moment
That
from
Reckoning is
Jaden. I'm
gonna
not
take
gonna
at
lie,
least
he's not a
quarter
funny
of the rest of
guy.
this round,
That came
basically.
naturally too. I'm
Let's
actually
see
proud of you,
what
bro.
happens here.
Nah, that was a
Yeah,
rare,
NRG,
funny
they have
moment
the
from you.
options here, but let's see what
Okay, focus on
happens.
the game.
Aspas out in the open, not able to see anyone, but there's the Reckoning
Oh
we were
no.
mentioning, and
Wait, our
Skull-
MIBR is doing the NRG strat.
Why is that this
You
fucking
cannot
so,
take.
man?
Oh, the
Skull
bomb is.
fighting from the
Oh, it's
Reckoning.
over. This round's over. This round's literally over. There's no way MIBR can win.
MIBR is still fighting.
It's too hard. The bomb is down snow. The bomb is down snow. There's no way.
Hunter's Fury is almost perfect. 12 seconds left. Can they get the spike? Can they even get close? Aspas with another
spiky.
frag. 7
His
seconds
time.
left, and no chance here for MIBR off of a tough misplay. This half was looking basically perfect for MIBR.
Damn, they made it
NRG
close
needed that one,
somehow.
though.
I
That
don't know
was
how they made it
required
close.
to remain in the lead and keep their economy
When they ask
safe
you to
here
donate
as
to
well.
kids at the store,
NRG
Tarek, I know you
towards the end
damn well
there,
say
anyone
no.
really wanna
Actually,
risk
I do donate
chasing too hard
at
for that
the
final
store
kill.
when they ask
But
me the
essentially what it
option.
comes down
But
to
I
is it
heard
was an
that
EG round. It was
like
just so slow.
those donations at the
MIBR didn't
store
really explore
don't
much on
actually
that,
like
didn't have
make
other
it there.
options.
I don't
They
know.
had
Like
to
it goes to
full
the
commit
store.
on towards B, and then the reckoning came down, and the
I don't know how true that
entirety
is,
of
though.
MIBR had to scuttle.
I don't know how true that is.
lights on.
That could be a conspiracy.
And basically, you know,
guess it
lights
depends
on
on
the
the
kitchen
store.
looks like the bugs just have to spread. They just completely run for an Artizine. Gets caught out in the middle of that, and he ends up being the spike carrier as well. So that just makes the situation go from bad
It does
to
go
worse.
to the charity. Okay, if it goes to the charity, then it's fine. Whatever they do with their taxes, I don't give a fuck, bro. As long as the charity gets their money, right?
Players on A. surrounding
Like,
things for NRG versus
that's out
all
of my
5 of
head.
MIBR.
I literally
MIBR,
don't
they
care
are
about
pulling up
that part.
with that hide side, taking their time with the util, but this is going to be basically impossible here for MIBR. Again, NRG, they have a whole lot of util on that other side. Brock, he still has his own owl drone to utilize here, but it's not like MIBR are looking to make a move early on.
Might as well donate
Holding on
myself
to
and
these
get a tax break
positions. They're
myself.
not showing any pixels.
I mean,
They're
yeah.
looking to shock potentially one of these early contacts from NRG. That's exactly what's
Oh,
happening.
God.
Som on the front side. Is anybody watching this? Nobody's watching this. Som didn't even spot the
Wait,
cross.
that's kinda whiff.
Som almost gets the kill onto Osprey instead.
What's happening? Where are
There's
they?
Plenty of presence here
Why
for
was Som
NRG
alone?
on
Where's
the
his
A side.
team?
2 players here, but a reckoning coming
Mata
in
needs to get a pick
shake
here if he
things.
can.
And it's working out. MIBR.
Where are we
clearly
planting the
has
bomb?
sight.
Where are we
NRG
planting the fucking
still has line
bomb?
of sight, still
You
has
don't
a
have the
couple
bomb,
bullets
Artzine
swing through,
Silva
even
has
with the
it.
kill onto Cortez, or onto one. Cortezia takes him back. Scuba around the corner has 3 potential frags.
Oh my
Not gonna be
God.
able to get
I think
Cortezia.
Artzine thought he had the bomb. They almost fucked up.
Shot from Cortezia.
Low key,
Now
I don't
it's
save
Mono
here.
1v4.
Planted.
He should
Mata has a
save,
decision to
probably.
make here.
Wait, he just threw a cloudburst behind them to
Confident
fake
he
the
is to
save.
play
But no
into
one's
Viper's
here.
pit with nothing
He should
but an
save. He should
operator
save.
and a bit of hope. It's not looking winnable from my POV here. It's going to be an uncomfortable
Cortezia.
situation to give MIBR the 10. Very expensive gun to lose if he goes for it as well, so he does not have the confidence to try and make the 1v3 happen. Looking for exits, potential
Thank
of
you,
him being
Texas.
hunted down by MIBR. But was looking like a
we get
slow
donation?
round.
No
It could
donation,
have gone
okay.
either way, honestly. Mata didn't have a lot of impact on that round. I think he might have been the only player that actually got a couple
We're
of
at
flags and then he got one of
2,800.
them. But as soon as
When we
Viper's
hit
actually
5K,
comes
I'm gonna
on
match
in,
it.
just a little bit too hard. Reckoning offensively from MIBR
Save the
as well, as you
children.
noted. Doing a lot of work to
Good.
disrupt
It's
NRG.
it's a good effort. It's a good charity. It's a good cause.
Yeah, basically had to
$5,
come down to the harbor. Had to
$20
come down to the ultimate to sweep up that back
if you're
side,
rich.
purely because MIBR
Goes a
they
long
just
way.
ran out of that utility. They
Focus
had
on the
an
game
owl
now.
drone that they ended up catching Brock on, but after that, it was basically wraps in terms of the recon. MIBR they needed to pull something big.
That's
into the
all
back,
around the
sweep it up,
world.
and that works out.
The charity
However, not
participates
exactly
in over 100
replicable,
countries.
and we're going to see a little bit of a
So,
similar
it's
situation
not
here.
just
Over
US
towards the A
focused or
side, There's going to
anything.
be 3 players for the defensive side.
This is the round that MIBR finally
All right, big round.
equalized,
This is a
11 to
save for
11,
our
trailing
NRG.
NRG.
Oh
My goodness.
Entire way through, and Aspas onto
This game
Nato,
is very
the
competitive.
operator on the floor, didn't realize
Overheat!
Wheels on the flank, and Aspas
A
looking for
rare
bit more. He'll get
overheat.
punished, at least Suba
That never
can
happens
pay
for
for killing
Aspas.
Mata.
He never overheats.
Oh, this is such an angle.
Both
This
Jets
is the
gone.
kill of the round. Oh my god, he got shit on. How?
Som, yeah, he
How did he clear him so well?
In the bottom of mid, but Shenum just
What
exposes
a clear.
him. B is empty.
I don't even blame Sam.
That was Xanaman's
The
gonna be
trade.
Threat, no, not long.
The
Scuba,
trade
wow.
is insane.
Secondary for the round.
And
that
Hunter's
was
Fury
nice shot
coming
by
in early.
Scuba.
That's going to deny the spike. That's going to allow Shenum to get
3v3.
even
KGO for
closer
post,
here.
though.
That's going to allow the
KGO
Viper
for
here,
post is
Scuba,
big. Can they
to get
plant? He's
even
dead.
closer. Artzine
Big
going on the
scams.
flank. Not
Trade?
gonna
Trade
happen.
again.
Shenum's
Oh my
gone,
God,
though.
It's so back
Yeah,
and
the timing
forth.
on the wall is just
There's a
unfortunate,
flank.
but this is huge now. 2-on-2.
There's a
and
flank.
this lockdown's
He's gonna beat
have
the KJOs or no?
more than enough time.
No, he's not. Is there a
to
line
clear
bot?
up this site and get this
There's a
plan,
turret
but
on flank.
What are you going to say here? I think I have an idea.
Yeah, it's going to be the Ethan flank. I am big on noticing the flanks in this.
Did the turret go off?
Big
Did he see a turret?
because MIBR do not know where Ethan is. He's the one massive unknown. Even, I think, Brock repositioning allows him to reset his...
Oh!
What a shot. God, allows
What a
him to reset
play,
his
bro. Good
positioning as
fucking
well,
play,
which just
dog.
causes more problems. And as you say, the shot from
They know
Ethan
he's here.
collecting
They
the
know
opening
he's here,
drop from
no?
Mata a little bit earlier on. NRG
know
looking for
now.
the 12. Only one
my
member
God, he's like simple.
left to go.
Orb
Can he
is
do
gonna go
it?
up. There goes the spray through the orb. There's still a wall right in his face. Shock dart right through. This can make it
Got it.
possible. Verno.
Got off. Why'd you get off?
Doesn't come
Why'd
in.
you
The
get
shock
off?
dart is perfect, but it doesn't connect on the
Why'd you get off?
It's still going for
Why'd
it.
you
But
get
the
off?
shot from Verno
Why'd
is
you get off? I
there.
had you, bro.
Verno
I had
through
you.
the wall. And Brock
Oh
has
my
no
God.
time. It is going to be.
Oh, the shock dart?
work
Did he
of
have to get
Verno
off?
to
Was he
keep
low?
MIBR in this game.
Am I
We're
tripping?
1v2.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
I'm
my
wrong,
goodness.
okay.
He thought after
I'm
Ethan
wrong,
found the
sorry.
shot
I'm wrong, I'm
that
sorry.
it was going to be
Then I'm
lights
wrong.
out. Energy find
I
their
didn't see-
12.
look, I didn't know it was on.
Reach match point. It's going to be a beautiful finish for them.
I
or
didn't
maybe
see,
not
bro.
So much.
I
It's
didn't
definitely
see,
been
bro. I'll be
a
honest, bro.
massive
I need to
struggle
see it
here. That,
again.
by the
Show
way,
me again. Show me again. I need to
It's
see
going
it
to be 2
again.
rounds of NRG so far, and that was looking like it could have been the 3rd round.
Holy.
MIBR though, Verno, what a finish!
Fuck.
I mean, even the fact that
I'm
he
not gonna lie, I
revealed,
actually
by
have
the
to go.
way,
Wait,
through the
Sarush.
smoke,
Don't be a bitch, bro.
likely could have
You
and
actually
maybe
have to go or you're
should
getting
have
scared,
died
be
off
honest.
that, but lives
He's trying to leave,
Down
chat.
the defuse.
You actually have to go?
Hiding, playing time in the end, and time is not on
Bro,
energy side.
what do you
As
mean you
Osmos
have to
takes
go?
the
Where are you
first one
going?
Once again, 2 rounds in a row.
You can't take anything away from NRG in that play though, but here comes another
Fuck
opportunity
it.
for them. You gotta feel for Ethan though. You gotta feel his
I
play.
legit
So
stayed.
smart.
I'm barely on Twitch. All right, call me now. Fuck it.
Smart. Such intelligent Valorant, but still,
Put me in the group chat,
Bruno
Jaden.
might not have only given them that round, but basically at the bare minimum overtime, the buy from NRG.
JNM, you didn't
only
add me.
sheriffs right now, and they're forced to make passionate decisions like
the way,
this.
Because the KJ is down for NRG, MIBR is like, well, there's not going to be any solo sentinels stopping us from going over towards B.
No random util.
NRG are forced to gamble. So I mean, if they've gambled the wrong side, this is where MIBR and quite comfortably locked
What's on my
in
camera on
their
this
12, forcing NRG to look only
I'm
towards
missing
the
the round.
possibility
Saving.
Yeah,
of
I see
pushing
you.
it into OT.
He's not picking
And I
up.
believe NRG only have the one rifle
Yeah, I
as
see you,
well
I see you.
on
I can't
towards
see you.
Mata.
I don't see myself either.
Bro, I'm not turning my shit on.
Wait, why can't I see myself?
It's fine, bro. Just watch.
It's not like NRG are going to be confident with their
Yo,
play
yo,
next
yo.
round either. Yes, these players are
Too
going to
slow.
be, they're going to be surviving.
They're
but-
not, I don't think they're going to go for it. They're too
What's up,
slow.
bro?
Yeah, this is over.
No, it's been over at least.
Where you
for-
at? I can't
for
see
NRG,
you.
NRG, but again, you have to think about the rifles in the next round. Yes, credits are being saved
Oh,
up.
damn. Okay, bro. It's kind
Can you
of.
see me now?
He's kind of good looking. Oh shit, he got a
That's
better
my
beard than you as
dog
well.
right there.
Still gonna be a little bit
What's
tougher in
good,
the next
baby?
round. Mata is the one that needs to
Nah,
save
okay.
He does get another
Okay.
frag, but this is
Wait, you
everything here
lagging,
from
bro?
12 to 11.
Hello?
The last round of
Dude,
regulation,
hey,
NRG.
Dude, I wasn't
We're gonna push things into
trying to
overtime,
hate.
but
Like I
things
did. I
really
tried to get the
like
rage
here.
bait,
NRG
but then I asked a split because you are swole.
Yeah.
Nah, type shit. So you respect it, huh?
Pretty sure he suicided because he was.
I
one of the players
respect
that
it,
didn't
bro.
have
I
it.
respect
Mata
it.
was
Hey,
the
can you
only one
stream
actually
see
had
me?
it.
I'm on my
They
phone.
see you, bro. You looking good. I'm not gonna lie. You got a nice smile, man.
But the rest of the players that died to Spike,
I appreciate it, bro.
Damn.
You too, you looking good, brother.
Look at us like fucking homies and shit now. All right, I'm gonna bounce out. The match is going on. I
Hey.
love you. Say something quick. Go ahead.
Hey, wait. Hey, Tarek. Hey, love you too, brother. Hey, I'm on a bulk right now, but I'm down to show my physique later.
All right, bet. I'm gonna check your shit out later, bro. Peace.
All right, boy. Hey, free Palestine, bro.
All
Y'all
right,
take
love.
care.
Peace.
And that's Mata getting revealed right now. That's huge.
Nah,
huge
W
work
mans,
from
I'm not gonna
Shenum.
lie.
But the round's
Hey,
not done by
W
any means.
mans.
Brock, what a kill onto Shenum. But that's only the mid presence getting
Ah,
taken
that's
away.
funny
They
as
still kill
hell.
Johnny on the mid, but Mata takes him out.
That's funny.
All
All
three
right, we
players
missed a
remaining
round, but
for
we're
MIBR
here.
are in the middle of sight now, and this shock dart is doing some work. There goes another molly, not clearing out
He
anyone.
beard mugged me for
Osmos
sure.
with an
I stream my
interesting angle.
shit.
Same
Wait,
thing with
focus.
Bruno. Everyone.
He
is
definitely
vertical
beard
right
bugged
now.
me.
Everyone is covering a different angle, a different distance, a different height.
Nah, he kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He kind of cute, man.
One recon dart was so good, but here comes
This is
Psalm
match
from
point
the
for
back.
MIBR.
Psalm does catch the one. Mata
Oh,
looking for
1v3.
another one. It's
He's
all
low.
empty.
It's OT.
10 HP,
It's OT.
and he is
Oh my
gone.
God.
We have overtime.
Thank you for the
Waited for Psalm to
Benji
activate
$55.
on the
Love
once
Shale.
again.
Thank you for the
Just gotta
55.
hold
Love. Thank you for the
on
10.
A
I'm
little
taking a
bit
piss.
longer. That was starting to get a little bit dicey, but NRG, they put everything
sides.
into that. Punishing Zenom
Overtime.
over towards mid, super important. Timing to get the kill onto Ethan, brutal. I mean, that could have cost him the round. Right then and there. NRG could have lost the map right then and there. Losing the Reckoning, losing that first blood. Straight into the 5v4. Bringing it back though. Pulling Zenon back into line. Pulling it back into 4v4. Giving just a little bit more time for Psalm to work his magic. And then suddenly, NRG are able to pull through on a very important round to get them into an OT where not too sure how this is going to go because we essentially have attacking
just straight
side
into it.
favor for both teams in terms of how this map has gone so far. Both teams have done a lot of work on the attacking side where pretty much I expect the first defense win might be the winner of the
So
OT.
to show up on Tarek's stream, I have to be a hater? That's not true, bro.
Hella bullets coming in from NRG just to be able to
Bro, he
clear out
wasn't
that
even
back right
hating, he was
side, but it
fucking with
doesn't
me.
look like MIBR is looking to fight this one.
I mean, I
at
couldn't
all.
tell
Two
entirely,
players
but I was down to bring him on
disconnected,
either
trying to
way.
go back into mid.
It just kind of led one thing to another.
Deploying drone.
All right, OT, first round.
And that's all Verno can do, just stay disconnected, just try to utilize his utility right now. Because once that high tide comes in, it's going to be difficult to even have a realistic angle into the site. Hardzin, Verno, rotating out, rejoining the rest of MIBR, NRG, with barely any info right now. They're still utilizing every piece of util they have to make their way into this A site. The post plan is going to be very difficult here for NRG.
What is happening?
First step is getting the plant down. And they'll
Psalm.
hope to get away with this with players alive. But more
Why did
importantly,
Aspas just
others
fly in
down
like a
is
fucking superhero?
maybe doing some work
Oh,
for
the
NRG.
up down, but they both died.
2v3s
Shannon is
in,
doing
looking in,
God's
Aspas
work in the
as well.
server.
And I talked about it, Gus. The
Oh
first
my
defensive
God,
round
check
is
Shanon's PC.
Lights out for the OT with
Check
NIBR
Shanon's PC.
struggling on their own defense. NRG struggling on their own defense. The attacking rounds are all but written in
I bought the
stone. We
Send
know
bundle
the
today,
attacking
Ace,
rounds
both
are
on
gonna be
pistol.
fast for both teams.
Type shit.
But if you win the defensive round, and now your MIBR swapping to attack, this is the position you want to be in, where you can just OT. It's going to be very short OT, my friend. Maybe just the 2 rounds. NRG are going to have to pull something nice for their defense, where they have mostly lacked on their defense.
Am I gonna practice League? I already cracked that League though. Real ones know my
Such a
fiddle.
tragic way for it to happen. It's NRG. They had
No
all the
replays
exit
this
options
event.
there.
Looks
They
like
had
the
the high-low
qualifiers.
setup. Shenum had to get a double kill to make that round happen for MIBR. Here we go. NRG on the defensive side now. They're weaker defensive side. But Brock already finding a bit of a pixel, almost finding himself a headshot, or almost finding himself a wall bang onto Aspas. All 5 from MIBR.
Later,
They're
Sarush.
circling A
Thanks for
right
coming
now,
on, bro.
and NRG, they're usually ones to kind of fight this early A contact, but instead they're tucking tail the same way MIBR did.
Match point, MIBR.
For the retake, rather. If it comes down to retake, he's not willing to play for the flag, so it's going to be NRG fully stacking together to come through, mate.
It's gonna be 4 players, 5 players from MRG already on site.
Everybody.
5 versus 5. It's all gonna come down to this. Cortezia, Artsy, getting some frags, but it's Scuba.
What in the world just happened right there? Does anyone know what just happened right there?
Able to get himself 3 and
Did he got 4K? Oh my God,
Scuba
man.
keeps Artsy.
Stacking together to come through, mate.
It's gonna be 4 players, 5 players from MRG already on site.
Everybody.
5 versus 5. It's all gonna come down to this. Cortezia, Artsy, getting some frags, but it's Scuba.
What in the world just happened right there? Does anyone know what just happened right there?
Able to get himself 3 and
Did he got 4K? Oh my God,
Scuba
man.
keeps this game
We need
going.
replays badly.
Yeah, they needed that one. NRG only won 3 of their defensive rounds in that second half, and now in OT, once again, when it really counts. By the way, one of the 3, the final of the 3rd defensive rounds that NRG won in that second half was on that round 24, the final round, to get them into the OT, where they're once again required to win.
We're already
a
at
defensive round, and now
3K.
we're going into
Shout out Free
second
Palestine,
innings here
5
for
bucks.
OT.
Die Gallo, 5 bucks.
With both
Thank you
teams
guys.
very favored once more based on history to look good on the attack. And we once again see
All right, double OT,
defensive
here we
round
go.
win to really put the pressure on.
Oh my goodness, that setup early on from MIBR,
Verno?
looking for an early frag, and they found it. They can take on the rest of the round in 5v4, but they're looking for more. There goes a cheeky position there from the Sova. Verno, what can he find here? He almost gets exposed.
He whiffed. He
What a
whiffed.
swing
Fatigue is
from
settling.
Verno, and an even bigger kill from Artsy.
Fatigue is starting to settle a little bit.
NRG, they're still looking to find some sort of way into the back of sight.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Almost breaks
oh,
it, but it doesn't happen.
shit.
3 players
Oh,
for NRG, 5 for
shit.
MIBR, no flank. And no
This is
spike.
heartbreaking for NRG. They've had so many opportunities. Som had 2 opportunities to get a kill and couldn't lock in any one of them. NRG have to abandon
We got a
sight
scammer
now.
in the chat. He said someone sent me $5. I'll double it to
MIBR
10
is
for the
slightly
donation.
wising up
The
to this.
fuck
No,
kind
they're
of
just
scam
going
is
quiet.
that?
They want to pull members away. And they've done so successfully, at least with Aspas, who unfortunately for NRG is going to be the quickest one back. But NRG, as I say,
That's
3
literally an
uncounted
OSRS scam for
opportunities.
real.
Pretty sure Ethan had an opportunity to get one there as well, but just couldn't quite land the bullets required.
30 seconds left.
Damn!
No way!
down A.
That was all
The casters
on
can't even
Artsy.
cast it. There's too
Artsy
much
had
shit
3
going
to
on.
go. Couldn't be able to get a single one. Cortezia though,
Spike
trying to fight
Where's
back.
Aspas?
2v2
He's
here
late.
for MIBR and NRG.
Oh, you need to live, bro.
Oh, Cortezia
They know
almost
both
gets
now.
exposed, but 40 HP, almost a quick frag. But both of these players down to 41. Scuba and Brock looking
Damn,
to combine and it
Scuba.
wins.
Enemy
Wow.
remaining.
He knows he was there.
Aspas.
Oh, Brock is
Can he
sneaking.
finish
Brock
off
is sneaking.
All he needs is a single
Good
frag.
play by Brock.
It
He
is
found his
Brock
timing. He knew he had the
instead
timing. He
to
took
beat
it.
Aspas in a
Wow.
one-on-one.
That was good play by Brock.
14-13,
Good
and
play
now
by Brock.
NRG are
Oh,
one
fuck, they
away
might 2-0
from winning
them.
a BO3 over MIBR.
They might 2-0 them.
And that was a
That was
3v5 win
yeah.
as well. They pulled
That A
Aspas
fight
away, pulled
in
it
the
down
second
to
part,
3 versus 4.
they popped
And
off.
where
They got
I
3.
said NRG missed out on crucial crucial opportunities to find frags. They did not disappoint on the second go around. Go quiet, go back in instantly. It's Ethan locking in. Scuba as well, finding his frags.
Shit.
Scuba, who's been so
Aspas wins that if I don't take his jet.
leading the way
I'll say that,
in
dog.
the final 1v1. Gets the timing on Aspas, looking at the wrong location. 50-50 goes tails for Aspas, and for Brock, happy to collect the heads. There's now heads up for the match point, as you say, potentially knocking MIBR down to the lower bracket, pushing NRG one game away from an EWC qualification, a much needed EWC qualification for a team that is not going to Toronto. If they don't make this event, it's going to be a very sad and a very long break before stage 2 starts for them.
It's going to be a long road to try to make their way to champions at the end of the year too. This is a lot going for not only the individuals of NRG, but the organization itself. Of course, you still have the club championship at the end of the EWC too. So NRG, a lot going into this. Same thing with MIBR, but again,
Am I playing ranked out for the watch party? I have to record content for Riot tonight, so after the watch party,
attack.
I won't be playing
Last time
today.
we saw them here on overtime,
Not today.
they went fully into that
Today, no
ace
ranked,
site.
unfortunately.
They are looking to condition a little bit back
We
up
are
towards
just
that mid side. Shenum has
chilling.
been all over mid, but MIBR, they might find a quick early contact over in B,
But
the KJ was just dropping a piece of utility.
Yeah,
It
we'll
is
see.
just going to
We'll
be
see when.
safe on B for the defenders.
I was radiant for 1 hour
Very
yesterday.
sad they might be able to drop their attacking round for either team, really, given once more the storyline for this map so far has been the attacking side strong.
Okay, focus. Match point NRG.
Punish that.
He goes
They're going
with the
B.
wall.
Poison's off.
Harbor wall's in.
And this is going to be the exit on B. Here we go.
Well, it's a
4
nice
players
angle.
for NRG
That's a nice
surrounding B right
angle.
now. Can anybody get a contact? Scuba.
It was a nice angle. It's unlucky.
Not going to be able to connect onto the
The guy
spike
jumped.
planter, but this is a huge angle for Scuba.
They blocked him
Scuba
off.
still
They
gets
blocked
the
him
result,
off.
though. What a wall. Ethan looking to retake with his teammates, but not a
Are
single
they
player
holding
from NRG
snow?
getting a contact yet, and it's still a
Sova's
clean
alone.
5-on-5.
Not
The
gonna lie,
flank
Sova's
not
fully
gonna
alone.
Be attempted here by
Verno
NRG,
got
not
left
gonna
in
be
the
attempted by
left
Mata.
alone.
He's still
It's a
thinking
big
about
kill
it,
versus
but
Ethan.
nobody's going to be coming in from MIBR either.
Instant.
This is all
I don't know
just
why Verno
NRG
stayed alone,
waiting
though.
for this util to
His whole
drop,
team left,
and
but he
it's
stayed.
working. Here
Seems like
they
different page.
go. There goes the high side. Mata's going to be able to take down
Big kill on
Shenum.
flank.
Still
I think
a
it's
lot more
GG.
work to do, but 3 players on the front side for NRG. 2
Looks
players
like
over in
GG.
yellow for MIBR.
Looks like GG.
MIBR still with a chance
Looks
to
like
make 2
GG.
players
1v5
over in
ass
yellow,
pass.
but they're down
Gita
to
ass pass.
1.
Gita.
NRG just needs 1 more kill.
Nice try.
Aspas comes out.
Wait, they didn't plant?
NRG have
Was the spike not planted the whole
MIBR
time?
and are 1 series away from the
The fuck?
EWC.
GG. It was a good match.
NRG,
Oh, it
what
was?
a
Okay, I see.
comeback
Okay, I
story.
did defuse
This
this, sorry,
team
okay.
has certainly had their struggles. The first team eliminated from the playoffs of NAVCT Stage 1. It is now the team that defeats MIBR, looking smooth as they move on forward to potentially qualifying into EWC. MIBR struggle street on both of our opening halves on both of our maps, but this was honestly the map where you felt like MIBR had the real opportunity to bring it back around. Yes, they were
freaking G,
tailing
bruh.
against NRG the entire way through, but they got it towards the
G
end.
freaking G,
where
bruh.
They actually started to get that lead moving. Their attacking side on both
2-0
maps, particularly this one, was so strong.
for
And on this
NRG.
map, even more so than Split, they had that initial second half pistol win into then their second round anti-eco as well to really give themselves the momentum they needed to do what they couldn't do on Split to equalize the scoreline. But the story towards the end for NRG was the fact that they won a critical round.
Damn, Aspas had a crazy record this year. He was
pushing it
popping
into
off.
OT, staying alive in OT after dropping their first attack, being able to defend themselves.
Why
getting
did he get
another
off?
defensive round. And then finally, you look over towards that final round on towards OT, winning on all. I think Brock repositioning.
What a play, bro. Good.
To go.
Orb is gonna go up. There goes the spray through the orb. There's still a wall right in his face. Shock dart right through. This can make it
Got
possible. Verno.
it. Got off. Why'd you? I don't think he would have died to that though, would he?
Verno.
He would have.
Verno.
Got off. Why'd you? Get off.
Doesn't come
Why'd
in
you? He would have died.
bracket as we see MIBR take the rightful
He
spot
shocks
in the
80,
lower
isn't
bracket.
it?
NRG into the semifinals.
No, it's not. It's not
And again,
80 for sure.
that is just
Isn't it?
big stakes coming up from
isn't it
NRG, a
70
team
now?
that again they again, the
75? I
chances
thought they
for them
nerfed it
going
from
into that game
75.
weren't great.
I thought it was 70.
We didn't call
Was
it
it
a
75?
revenge game, but some people might have been calling it a revenge game, maybe for MIBR. But y'all didn't